Ladies and gents, here we are. This could get crazy fast. Players are really close to one another, and it is $25 per king. This map is Journey South. This is a map that we actually adapted from the special map in the actual game called Journey South. There's some changes which I can explain later on, but remember, $25 per king kill. And then from there, it is $200 for first, $125 for second, and $75 for third. And there was some pre-trash talk. There's a lot of stuff that happened here, but everyone's allying up here. So just quickly get the introductions in, assuming no one's going to die. We've got Kamigawa in the purple here. He is next to Yo in the gray, the big name in this game. Right next to him is Shixo. Shixo, a German player, in the blue. In the green, then we've got Sully.
He's just keeping his king in there, dude. Everyone has their king out. Shixo's like, no, not taking a chance. Okay.
True. I like it because people are taking some real chances out there. Sully won Regicide Rumble 4. Is only 1,600 elo, though, so he is a big underdog here. We'll see what his story is like here. In the yellow, we've got Hope. That's what we'll refer to him as, from Vietnam, playing as the Vietnamese, which is sick. In the red, we've got the Teutons for Marugu, who's a very chatty individual. Then in the teal, we've got Monos playing as the Saracens. And then in the orange, we've got Teutonic Tanks playing as the Magyars. Also Regicide Rumble 4 winner in another game. So yeah, let's see how things go from here.
Wow, Hope, that's great English. Did he like cook that up before the stream here? Did he like get someone to translate that or something? Let's make an alliance together. Destroy strong opponents first. Mr. Yo plus Marugu to everyone but Mr. Yo plus Marugu.
Let's go. I mean, he watched ACCM yesterday, was probably like, I need to do better. And I was curious on how he would perform with Diplo. Monos, I think, Monos and Marugu, they haven't allied anyone yet. So that could be a problem. Also, did you see Sully's comment? He says, guys, we did it. We lasted longer in this game than Yo did in his decider against Viper and Wandering Warriors Cup. So Sully, you're like right next to Yo. There's going to be a big target on your back because you're an underdog. You can't go talking smack about Yo to start it off, dude.
Yep. Well, he's making enemies quickly, and he's got a lot of fans at home tailgating. Probably a big cheer for that one. As we see Shixo finally ungarrisoning his king. Oh, by accident. Okay, he's got to be careful about that. He wants to keep it safe as long as possible.
To talk about the map real quick, I'm loving the Diplo we're seeing here from Hope. So you obviously want to make a journey south because where you start, there's not a lot of resources. What we added compared to the base game version is we added a bit more trees before you reach the river. And then we've also made it so all the river is passable and dockable. And what that means is you can trade from the south to the east if need be. And Yo, what happened there?
Shixo pushed a deer into Yo's TC, and Yo says, bro, that deer, we bro forever. Also, Hope, he sent that to Marugu and to Mr. Yo, that message. So he's conspiring against Marugu and Yo, but also trying to start an alliance with Marugu and Yo.
Interesting. And Shixo says heart. I mean, I think Yo will know about Shixo because Shixo's like 2K1, 2K2 on the ladder. Probably have seen him around. So he was like, okay, this player's not going to be a favorite, but he could be really strong. And clearly he likes me because he gave me a deer. So Yos just says we top 3. Shixo says hope so. So that's definitely an alliance. And meanwhile, again, Marugu hasn't allied a single player here. So we'll see how that goes. I think like rule number 1 of Diplo, at least in community games, you got to ally everyone right away. That way they don't think you're a problem.
Yo is talking to Kamigawa now. He says, hey, big fan, we team? ? Top 3.
Ooh.
Okay, only to Kamigawa as well. Marugu, like, I did a World Diplo with him not too long ago, and he's, like, really slow to ally people.
Okay,
like, really, really slow. Like, they have to approach him first. So I don't know. I think this is kind of a bad strategy, staying as the one guy that doesn't have any allies at the beginning, because that's, like, the easiest target, right?
Yep.
You gotta do something early, otherwise you're just gonna be bullied completely.
I agree with you. Can we talk about how sick it is, though, that the player who could be the biggest target, Mr. Yo, has actually done this? He has actually reached out to people. It seems like he's going to form a team of 3. I guess Sully's not going to be included in this because Sully's like grouped up with them here and hasn't been incorporated. But
Sully also insulted him earlier.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Sully not going to be included for good reason. And Yo says, I remember we lost to you in 3v3 tournament. You so good. So they're really complimenting each other here. Kamigawa's been around a long time. I don't know what tournament that was, but it could have been all the way back to 2015 with Kamigawa.
I'm slightly nervous that Yo's king. I mean, it's kind of safe over there, but it's all alone. I'm slightly okay. He's moving it. He hasn't forgotten about it.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Awesome.
So I think like Fast Castle makes sense, and then from there you probably just want to send a whole bunch of villagers to the south so you can TC. Yep. Kamigawa laughs,
now.
Says, "I almost believe you." And yeah, now Marugu's allying people, and then Hope reaches out, says, "Hi, Marugu, let's make an alliance together." So Monos is the only player who hasn't allied anyone now.
You think Hope has like? Yes. You said his English isn't that great. Do you think he has like a second monitor with Google Translate up?
I'm not sure. Like the only time I've really interacted with him is when I'm casting Vietnamese players and I see his comments in my chat. And it's always like somewhat broken English, but honestly, like ACCM I think is better English than what Hope does. But ACCM didn't chat at all yesterday, like period. So yeah, I think for me, I was just assuming, and I assumed incorrectly that he wouldn't be chatting much here. He's done a great job. But talk about like kind of stressful times if you want to scout with your king, you don't know what's out there, and then you are like directly next to multiple players who would love to get 25 bucks for sniping your king. So could be tricky, but it seems like it's going to be kind of like a team of three. So Yo's team, Shikso and Kamigawa, and then the others are still trying to figure it out a little bit, I think.
Well, Yo is allied with Sully now.
Yeah, okay, that's true. That's good to see. Yeah, and Sully saying, I'm the weakest player here. I can help you win. I'll help you get number 1. Then you can kill me in 1v1. Now, I'm going to tell you what Sully just did there, Dave. So he changed his chat settings. So he didn't do the asterisk to do all chat because it would show all. He changed his chat settings to have everyone incorporated in the message. So on their side, it shows that it just went to them. And so what you have now is you have 2 people respond to him saying, ooh, I like that. Teutonic Tank says, yes, we can. You're going to probably see others respond too. So that is a good move there from Sully to try and kind of friend everyone. Who?
Mr. Yo in the corner. Mr. Yo in the corner. Sully is coming forward with 3 villagers. He put a gate in the house. He's thinking about walling this king in, bro.
Dude, no way. Yo.
God.
Yo.
No. Yo has allied vision. He can see. No, he can't.
Dude.
Sully can because Sully has the market already. Oh, no.
If Sully...
Yo, you got to get out of here, bro.
Well, how does Sully play this from here? Because you can't kill the king with the Vil. Yo is trying to bring his scout. Sully...
Right? You can if you wall it in.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, my God. Yo. You've got to be kidding me.
Sully, wall this in. Oh, my God. Oh, he's cooked. Oh, Yo,
we got like one of the greatest of all time. One of the greatest of all time, Yo. We've complimented him so much. And he is trapped now. Yo says, bro, you don't have to do this. We take corner, easy win. And Sully says, I must.
I must. All right, Sully. Good. A secondary gate. You can play this as slow as you want. Yo needs to send villagers forward right now.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to send a bunch of stuff forward.
Yo is getting desperate. Look at the offers here. He says, how about I kill everyone for you? Dude, this is amazing. Someone who plays in community games all the time up against freaking Yo.
Another gate go. Oh, it's so close.
Yo is
now circling.
Now, the kings do not heal here. So some mods will do that. And Sully just refuses to give Yo any option. This is 25 bucks. Yo's cooked. Yo's so dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead, dude. And this was the most predictable thing ever. You don't send your king into a corner. The trap slowly closes here. It's a constrictor that is Sully. And Sully is going to kill Yo. And he says, well, you played well, yop.
Yup. But T90's community gamers send their regards. Oh my God, Sully.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, he's a legend. There's a reason we rigged him. There's a reason he won before. His family is watching, by the way. They're tailgating and drinking. And Sully says, this is for my mom, as Yo screams, no.
Let's go, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Bye, Mr. Yo. See you later, loser. Best player in the game. Out.
Oh my God. Sully's explaining how good Yo is. Yeah, Yo is not just like current top 5. He's like top 5 greatest of all time, probably, if you were to make a list right now. That's crazy. Yo is dead. $25 there for Sully. And no one else has really talked about it. Monos did say dad gum. So he's like, oh man, Yo's out. But man, I wonder what Shikso and Kamigawa are thinking right now. They thought that they were going to be pals with Yo. And now Yo's out of the game.
They're thinking there's a lot of extra res in between them now.
Yeah, true.
If I'm one of them, I immediately make a monastery and start converting Yo's ego. It's mine now.
Dude, like, the funniest thing is Yo said to me, I want to last longer than ACCM did yesterday. I will ally people. He did ally people, but he didn't last longer than ACCM did because he failed to protect his king. And what a heads-up play from Sully. It's not like he had his eco here. He wandered a long way away, and Yo was just booming and didn't think about it and paid the price.
God, that's just, I mean,
it feels scripted.
Inexcusable from Yop there.
Yep.
Just completely inexcusable.
Well, what happened was Shikso now says, hey, we need a third, and reached out to Sully for a team. Sully said yes to that, and now Sully immediately goes to Hope.
Yes.
Marugu, castle dropped. Monos is still not allied with anybody.
Oh, true.
He's just enemy number 1. And he's castle dropping Marugu. Where's Marugu's king? It's over on the side as he gets the relics. And he says, Monos? Question mark?
Yeah, Monos has not figured out this is a diplomacy game yet. In fact, he might not have any clue. Teutonic Tank's now saying that, like, Monos didn't ally. So, Monos, I'm just going to go out on the limb and say that he's probably not going to, like, go deep in this game if he doesn't have friends. But he could do some real damage to many players here.
Oh, God. I would be so nervous if I was Sully moving my king across this water terrain.
Yeah,
like,
right?
imagine a demo just comes out of nowhere.
Is he going to run to the same corner that he killed Yo in? I think that's where he's TCing right now, yeah.
I mean,
that's
didn't
risky,
you learn
dude.
your lesson the first time?
It's a risky journey, man. Hope seems
That's the problem, though, with like allying everyone early. It means they can see your king locations.
Yeah, that's true.
Once they get to feudal age, right?
Like Shikso could turn and try and shoot this king with the TC.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'd be enough with that TC. You also can't convert a king. So Sully gonna run to the corner. Yo out of the game. I can't wait to hear what Yo has to say, but we'll have to wait for that. And Monos is really the big story now. He still hasn't allied anyone. Hope said just reached out to Marugu's, like, here, like, it's okay, I'll help you. So, like, everyone's very anti-Monos, as they should be.
Man, I love how when Yo realized he was stuck there, he didn't try and, like, send villagers forward right away. He tried to diplomacy his way out of
Yeah.
Sully's gonna listen to anything he has to say, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, I also respect it because pros never do that. Like, his Diplo was actually way better than I would have expected from Yo, but crazy story, man. And this is just a player who's played community games for years. That's the beauty of these settings. Sully, I think, enjoying the moment. He built a gate next to Marugu's farms and says, Marugu, does my locked gate frighten you? That is a useless gate, so I don't know what he's on right now. But, yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's going to be in the corner with Kamigawa, and Sully's going to be in the corner with Shikso. So I guess that will be a team of 3. And remember, they could trade from where Sully is now up to where Kamigawa started. That could be a really good trade route for them.
That's like his triumphal arc. Or arch. For killing Yo. He's built it there. Near the French player.
Yeah. So, eco count right now, Kamigawa, he's at 82. So, he's ahead. We got Tanks, and then we got Hope at 73. So, everyone's pretty close except for Sully. Sully, obviously, not the same level. So, Sully will be a story for a different time, as he is to play catch-up now. But $25 in the bank for Sully, remember.
Monos is kind of like he's a little bit of a terrorist right now. He's just wandering around hitting Marugu, and he's been killing units from other people too.
Yeah, I mean, he's really given us something to talk about. Typically, people boom from here. But I just still wonder, does he realize he can ally people? What does he think is happening here? Because the more people he attacks, the longer he goes being like this, the more people are going to get their ecos sorted and go kill him, so. Look at Hope. Wait a second. That's a copy-paste, because last time he did it, it was a capital D in destroy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got it figured out. Mazo. Who's Mazo?
That's smart, dude. So he came in with the copy pasta. He says, let's make an alliance together, destroy strong opponents first. And he wants to go, yeah, Mazo and Marugu. Sully's trying to invite Hope into the alliance. Hope is obviously going to say yes to that. And Monos...
Trying to make friends now?
The terrorist of the game. Yeah, maybe trying to make friends. Imagine showing up right now and seeing that Yo is dead with 1400 score. You're probably just like, what?
Yep.
Like, how did that happen?
There's also a trick to this. I like Sully's in a good position because his score is so low. Monos is also, even though he's enemy to everyone, his score is low, right? So inherently, you're just thinking, okay, that person is not as threatening. But when we look at like villager count for Monos, really solid. 85 vills. He's got a decent eco. He's not really being harassed by anyone. He's already cleared up Marugu from his right side. So Monos has a good approach as long as he can make some allies soon.
Yeah, and now he starts. So someone just told him, like, why you no ally me? And Monos says, now okay, I don't know how to use sorry.
What?
He still has. He changed his chat
settings. You've been playing the game for 20 years.
But they're just playing, pro settings though. So he changed his chat settings, but I think he thinks the chat messages determine who you're allied with, which is also not the case. He has been playing the game since, like, I think Monos has been playing maybe longer than anyone here.
War Wagon's coming over to Sully's king.
Oh, Sully!
Why is his king out there? Why is his king out there? Is there a hole beside the market? I think there is.
There is.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Wait. He's actually okay. Shixo is going to kill him off.
He's got Bodkin. He can kill him. Oh, man. Can't do it.
Sully says, do not make me an enemy, Shixo. You will regret this deeply. Do not snipe me. And then Shixo says, not doing anything, dude. Yeah, not doing anything. Just inspecting, huh? Just inspecting. Okay. Sully's getting serious. You could tell, just like when Yo was sweating earlier, he just sweated right there. He's like, I need to say something to get me out of this. And, oh, dude, Dave, Monos found it. Monos found it. And now he's allied with everyone after attacking everyone. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, but if he's never used that Diplo screen before, Tristan, it's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
He's going to forget that he's allied with people. They're going to be attacking him. He's
still
allied back.
Yep.
Like, all these things that happen even with experienced Diplo players are going to be twofold with him.
100%.
It's going to be really, really tough.
100%, dude. So, listen, Sully, I think he already would have known that he's kind of an easy target if people want him. He should not trust Shixo now, but it's interesting because I think he kind of needs him. It's just like, how long do you need? How long can you work with Shixo and Kamigawa?
Also, like, why is his king? Why did he make the castle there and not like?
Yeah, it's fair.
Safe in the corner, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of space in the corner. Maybe that's his farming space. But he's definitely fortunate there that Shixo didn't pounce. The walls that he placed just might have saved him. And Shixo says, Kami, you don't backstep, right? I think he means to say backstab, but maybe Kamigawa.
No, he's talking about dance moves.
Yeah. And Yellow says, I kill green. Dude, Hope is doing a great job. He's even chatting, like, individually to Marugu now. He's telling Marugu to kill Monos.
Monos. I wonder how many different ways Hope can spell Monos. Mozo, Monos.
I remember we said before the game, Tanks, he's solid, but he doesn't play the 1v1s like a lot of these guys.
Sandwich Manus?
they're all
spelled Monos correctly yet.
Tanks, he's got his orange color. He's got the corner too, which could be good. And I think they're all talking about killing Manus or Masnooze or whatever's coming up next.
Yeah.
Monos actually has his king where he started, though, which is not where people are going to have their military. So that's actually kind of helpful for him. It's the same with yellow, and it's the same with purple. I actually think it might be better to have your king kind of where Hope has it, because it's going to get pretty congested down here in the south.
I'm actually stunned that no one has taken, like, people are generally migrating south, but there's that opening there with all the gold and the stone and everything.
Yeah.
And finally, we get someone coming over for that. It's going to be Marugu. That's a really valuable area. But he's busy, obviously.
Monos just said help to himself. Oh, this poor guy. No one received the message because he screwed up the settings somehow. Finally gets allies. Now says help. We'll see if he tries again.
It's like a man stuck in a cave, dude.
In this case, he put himself there. I guess a man stuck in a cave would probably do the same. Sully questioning his teammates a little bit, but honestly could be the strongest team if they can all stand together. Look at the walls from Kamigawa, the trade route they're setting up. It could be insanely strong.
Kamigawa has played this really solidly. Like a great eco, 150 bills, and we haven't mentioned his name once, which is generally a very good thing.
Yep.
On these settings.
So Shixo says, Kami, are you okay if I kill Sully? And then Sully says, I can help you win, but only if you let me live. So Sully, I think, realizes that he has no space, dude, and he's just surrounded by a better player.
Yep.
Kamigawa, though, says to Blue, I can't stop you. So Kamigawa's basically like, yeah, go ahead. Go kill him. Not a problem.
Sully should try and onager cut his way deep into this wood line to give himself like an escape route.
Yeah, maybe. Look at Monos now. So Monos is actually falling back into Tank's base. So, you know, Tanks could turn on him here, but Tanks might not be prepared for that yet.
No,
but
where's Tanks' king? Oh, it's in a castle. Okay.
Like, if I'm Marugu, though, I'm like, yo, Tanks, turn on this guy. Turn on him, kill those Vills, and let's just kill him off. So I would begin to question Tanks a little bit if Tanks isn't attacking Monos. Oh, my God.
I don't think Tanks is, like, ready to attack yet. He's building up Mag RCA. He's going to have a sick
Blue just turned on Sully, but he accidentally ejected his king forward. Can we talk about that?
Oh, my God. There's nothing there to threaten.
Oh, my goodness, dude. That was
Hey, Sully, why do you still have the king in that castle forward? We need it somewhere else. Bad mistake. Help Blue is attacking.
Okay, well, let's see who actually helps him. See, the problem is, Sully, maybe Yo could have been your friend. And you killed him. He says, help me and you get first. He's going to say that to Kamigawa. Honestly, the best person to talk to right now is Kamigawa.
He ran with the king. He put it in his TC. Also, at the same time, Hope spelled Monos' name Mazaz. So that's number 4.
Thanks for the update.
See a king now from Mazaz running from the Cav Archers, from Teutonic Tanks, and it gets in the TC from Hope.
Yeah, but Hope wants to kill. That's $25 for Hope right there. Hope should kill that king. Also, Sully has to run from the wagons. Kamigawa might want the kill. And Kamigawa protecting. And Kamigawa, it turns on Sully and the king is dead. Sully's out of the game.
And Mazaz is gone as well.
Wow.
So 2 players gone at the exact same moment. You were watching Sully there. It was a great kill on Mr. Yo, but Sully is unfortunately out. The tailgate will continue, I expect. And the king from Monos gone.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Sully had his moment. He had his moment in a pro day, but that moment was never going to last long if he couldn't show that he was strong enough to fight these guys off. I think that was the biggest issue for him here. Monos, we know what the issue was for him, not just people saying his name, but the fact that he just didn't, you know, ally people. And we've got 5 people. Remember, it's top 3 get paid out, and then still $25 a king snipe. So this should be pretty intense from here.
I think Marugu, even with Teutons here, is going to be fairly simple to kill off if you're Teutonic Tanks, just because you have Magyars and you have this whole side of the map. Like, Teutonic Tanks is a great setup over here.
I think, though, with it being an odd number of players, it would maybe make sense for Tanks and Marugu and Hope to work together against the other 2. The other 2 are very well coordinated. They have a crazy trade route. They've got stone walls the whole way through, and it's Koreans and Georgians. That's a really good stack. So I think it's within their best interest to all work together. As Marugu is being attacked right now, he's getting hit by Kamigawa, and he was not really prepared for this. He's going to lose his Trebs. His monks won't be enough to help, and this could get out of hand fast if Marugu doesn't receive support.
Also, Treason came in, and Hope's king is just out in the open.
Oh my god, he did the same thing that Shikso did earlier. He ejected his king from the castle when he wanted to send Trebs forward. Oh man. That's, I mean, that is something that you might just not realize now. That king might be there indefinitely. Unless he has the select all kings hotkey. Well, does Tank see this? I see Tank CA running around.
He did see it before. Someone got treason. I don't know who it was, but someone got treason. And Tanks is now coming in. There's no opportunity for him to snipe the king from Kamigawa. Kamigawa actually has a fantastic setup with Georgian towers in his base.
Yep, he does.
He's looking for that king, and he just did it again.
Yeah.
And Hope is not realizing that his king is
When
there.
you hear that noise, so when you're experiencing Diplo, the second you hear that noise, you have to think, where's my king? I think Hope may actually defend himself from this, though, because his rats and archers will kill the CA.
Yep.
But yeah, Hope's king's just out in the open. What a mistake.
There's another group. There's another group from Teutonic Tanks.
Yep, I see it. Does Hope see it? Like, does Hope realize he's been on this screen a lot? Like, does Kamigawa notice it when he just passes with his monk here? Like, that's shared vision between Teutonic Tanks and Kamigawa, though, so he'll see it. Yeah, Hope is so dead.
King.
Hope is so dead.
That's a dead king.
He just doesn't know. He doesn't know he ejected it. It's a big mistake. And Tanks is going to get king killed, number one. Hope is going to be out of the game. And now, it's probably, I mean, we're down to 4 people 45 minutes in. This is probably like a crazy 2v2 for quite a long time.
This is going to last like 5 hours.
Yeah.
The setup that they have here, if Shikso is loyal to Kamigawa and Marugu is loyal to Teutonic Tanks, we're going to have an issue. I mean, Kamigawa has been absolutely farming the villagers from Marugu.
Yes.
I don't even want to know how many he's lost here. I'll check it. He's lost 61 vills already.
I think, like, but if Marugu can get the walls down, and go Halb SO, it's really tough for Georgians. Georgians have to use their mobility, and it's really hard to do that if things are walled up. So, the other thing that both teams now need to think about is, like, you want that number 1 spot. You want to go to the finals. You want all the money that comes with that. At what point, if there's a point, do you turn on your ally? Because you might want to do it before the other team is fully killed off.
Yep. And I think, can you delete your allies' buildings in diplomacy after they're gone?
After they're gone, yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay. So even if, like, you have to make sure if you kill off, let's say you're Kamigawa, and you kill off Shikso, you still want that trade line with him, but you have to make sure he's not allied with either of the other people.
Yeah, true.
So they can just, like, delete the markets, right?
Yeah,
and you want to do it really quickly.
Yeah, and like, the technique you'll see in community games, where people are obviously a little less attentive at times, is you can actually garrison your own units in an ally's castle. So you could have Shikso put 10 wagons and 10 petards in Kamigawa's castle, and then when he turns, he could be right next to that. But obviously you got to wander into someone's base with a very obvious army first.
Shikso just betrayed Marugu. Marugu didn't change him to enemy yet.
Yeah, Marugu and Tanks have not coordinated well here. I have not seen Tanks be in support yet, and yeah, this is a problem. Hope, if he was in the game, had a lot of rats and archers to help with, but let's see if Marugu can hold here. I want to just quickly touch on their resources. Like, Kamigawa, he's got 47 trade, 4k gold, 45 trade for Tanks, 4k gold. Marugu's got a decent amount of gold too.
Why does he say he needs to fix his eco? Tank said, I need to fix my eco. Brother, you have 13,000 food.
Because I think because
bills.
I think that Tanks may go on sniping missions and not really help Marugu. Like, Marugu may be the distraction, and Tanks might be trying to think about how he can kill Kamigawa. If I'm Kamigawa, I am not allied to Teutonic Tanks right now because of that threat, but he is still allied with him, which would give Tanks all that vision. He can look around, he can go over to Purple's base, and he can see clearly 1 tower with a flag. That has to be where the king is.
Teutonic Tanks told Kamigawa we go for Marugu earlier.
Oh,
so
did he?
He's
okay.
He's blowing smoke at Marugu.
Well, you know,
like, I'll help. Give me a second here.
It's also very possible, because now Tanks, continues to speak to Kamigawa, sorry, but it's very possible that these guys spoke before the game to decide on, if they were going to work together or not. That's happened before. And now
Marugu says, Shikso, let's turn on Kami. As if Kami isn't already, like, attacking him. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's a nice try from Marugu. The issue, though, is players are not going to turn on someone they're trading with, right?
Yeah.
So if Shikso turns, then it's a big mess for his trade. That doesn't make a lot of sense for him. But I will say Marugu is stabilized. He has SO now. Halb SO is still really good here. So I don't think he's going to go away anytime soon. It's just I'm still wondering where is the support from Teutonic tanks, if there's going to be support from Teutonic tanks.
Well, Shikso's got the siege onagers coming over now. We got the Georgian Swan Towers coming up. We've got the Trebs working away, and the trade line from Marugu goes right through all of that. He's forced to delete all of his markets. And now Teutonic Tanks says, Marugu, I backstab Shikso. All right.
Marugu's probably like, bro, why are you allied with him in the first place right now? But I mean, as long as he gets the result he wants, he can't complain too much.
There is an army being cooked up here by Teutonic Tanks. I see monks, Trebs, Cav Archers.
That is a sniping army, dude. That is a sniping army, if I've seen it. 4 Trebs, Cav Archers. He might snipe Marugu. I mean, that guarantees him top 3, but I feel like that also guarantees he gets 3rd because the other 2 will just team up on him.
Yep.
Maybe he trusts that Kamigawa will be friends with him still.
What you should do on this map is put all of that into a transport ship so that it's not a slow roll all the way over with the traps that they can see. It's just one dot on the mini-map, and then you unload and snipe them.
Kamigawa telling tanks, 14, like, come on, are you going to do something or what? And Marugu's probably thinking the same right now. So tanks trying to be sly. This is a slow crawl, though. Really needs to take the monks out of his group. And the petard, actually. He's got a petard in there, too.
There is a risk, like, slow burning something like this, where you're delaying both sides.
Yeah,
like they get fed up. They get pissed off after a while.
Yeah.
And you might become the target.
Yeah, that's true. Eventually, Kamigawa and Shikso might just be like, yo, Marugu, let's take care of this guy. Because clearly he doesn't trust us. Tank says, I don't know, Kami. Will Shikso and you have full trade, you will win, no? So Tanks is trying to... I think he's starting to second guess his previous agreement with Kamigawa. He might actually back up Marugu, finally. The support he's bringing forward is still a really good sniping force, but I think Magyar CA alone can help Marugu immensely right now.
So good. Yeah. I don't know which, like... Teutons and Magyars are pretty sick to hold something. And Koreans and Georgians are pretty sick to either push or hold. So I don't know which Civ combo is better. It's all going to come down to, like, who betrays who at what point. Nice attack rounds on those Manaspa. Oh, my God. They disappeared.
I think trade as well, right? And, like, Marugu and tanks are trading very awkwardly. They're getting half as much gold, maybe even a third. They're getting... let me just see. 25 gold per trip. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's 100 gold per trip. So that's something that I guess... Well, no, Tanks is actually starting to trade from the north to the west now.
Yeah, that's what they should be doing.
That's what they should be doing, yeah.
He's getting 85 gold now.
I think... I really like how Teutonic Tanks realized he shouldn't kill off Marugu. Because... that just would have been a mistake. They would have... Then he would have no support. Marugu, he's had his struggles, but he has been very active, and he's been basically protecting that trade, protecting the whole front line. This is the right play.
There's some intrusive thoughts that could come in here from Marugu with the siege onagers right next to the entire army from Teutonic Tanks. And I just hope that they don't make themselves... For his sake.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Well, like that's an easy accidental attack round.
Well, those intrusive thoughts start to get a lot louder if he doesn't see these Cav Archers attacking anything, which kind of remains the case. The CA are not helping. They're here, but Tank says, I keep shit-talking them. Okay, so Tanks is at least telling Marugu that he's, saying stuff.
Onagers!
Oh! Yeah, you have to have a Siege Onager civilization here. I do wonder how Kamigawa will fare with no SO. Or wait, I think Georgians do get it, actually.
Georgians get it, yeah, for some reason.
So Magyars don't, then.
Get it.
Magyars don't.
Yeah, Magyar's the only one without.
And that's maybe why Tanks wants to be so snipey here. Dude, Marugu's got the patience of a saint. Big shots, obviously he's focused on the fights. But I would be like, yo, Tanks, how about instead of talking to them, you actually, like, fight with me here? We could push them and maybe get some damage dealt.
Marugu, he does have patience. He once spent, I don't know if a lot of people know this, he once spent 8 hours locked in his own room with no phone.
It wasn't by his choice.
Yeah, but I would have broken the...
Yeah, it's true. It's true. The Kamigawa allies Tanks. Again. It's, again, interesting. Tanks isn't really chatting that much. It does make me feel like he's scheming. Tanks now laughing.
Thanks. Yeah.
They take the last Treb, I think, because there was still a Treb left over taking out Hope's Castle.
Their trade is wide open. Like Marugu's got a big old trade convoy making its way up there now, but that's wide open if Maspa go over
they
there.
need to be castling that. They need to be castling.
Yeah.
You know, the trade was walled for Kamigawa, but he took all the trees. So the trade's not really walled, especially near the water. So that would be, if this is just a 2v2 now, that's how you'd play it, right? You'd raid the trade. That would be a primary focus. So they need to start thinking about that, both teams. See Manaspa from Kamigawa getting some raids in. He will find some trade as well. This might make Tanks think about the possibility, Dave. And I see the CA now, and they're headed over. Again, he's allied with these guys, so he could see it. I mean, Tanks, if you're going to turn when you're in the trade and just kill it all. It could be brutal.
Or Mr. Yo. I was like, oh, who's Gray?
Dude, I'm like...
Or Yop.
I'm torn. Like, I wanted Sully and Yo to stick around longer in this game.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's still pretty unprecedented what we saw there.
I hope Yo was streaming, because I know his chat would be so disappointed in him.
100% he was, dude. Yo doesn't do anything with this game without being online. I don't really watch his stream because the site and whatnot is tough to navigate. But then again, this is coming from a guy who streamed on Facebook, so.
Cav Archers are in the trade.
That's huge. Now, is he going to kill Kamigawa's trade? Right now, he's only killing Shixos.
Yeah, he just enemied him.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
He enemied him.
All right. Well, that's devastating. Also, we're starting to see Marugu and Tanks build castles in their trade. So they are raiding trade while also fortifying their trade where they can. They still need a lot more fortifications, but still.
Start cutting all the wood. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, true.
If you're Shixo, start blasting all their wood line. You could cut so much of that.
We've seen many games in this turn into a wood game, and this one still has 500k wood. It seems like a lot, but we had the houseboat game that had like 1.5 mil wood go down to a wood game. So yeah, wood is important. Starting to onage their wood right now wouldn't be a bad idea, but I think they still got to have focus on their trade. And they lost a lot of their trade here. Their trade counts now, before it was... Shixo had 40 trade. He's got 15. Kamigawa's always been making trade, though. He's still at 51, so he's okay. Marugu needs to move his markets into the corner.
Yeah. Marugu's in a rough spot, dude. He's the only player with a king that's not, like, on the edge.
Yeah, that's true. In a corner.
It's in the middle of everything. And if he gets pushed back at the front lines here, it's kind of like, where does he go? Does he go into Teutonic tank space? Because that's risky.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to have a lot of trust in everyone around him. Kind of hard. Like, one more king dies, and I think all three players are happy. Because everyone just wants to be in the money. But it's been a weird one, dude. Like, Marugu trying to convince Shixo to switch sides. And then Tanks is, like, supposedly, potentially going to team up again with Shixo and Kamigawa.
If you backstab Kamigawa, I backstab Marugu. Deal.
Ooh.
Oh my god, the double. The double. And then Marugu and Kamigawa can team together.
True, true. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a bad deal, actually. Because I don't see Teutonic Tanks being able to kill Siege Onager Halb in a straight-up fight where you know it's coming. So I think that has to be a surprise. But yeah, I don't know.
This might be a problem here for Marugu. With the Siege Onagers and the Halbs and the wagons. Like, he's one big shot away from having no army here whatsoever.
Yeah, it's true. 14,000 gold for tanks, by the way. 11,000 for Kamigawa. Those two are the top two. Shixo says we can do it like this, but Marugu has to go. Then we do 1 versus 1. Now, hold on. Shixo just said that to Kamigawa and also to tanks. Technically, that shouldn't raise suspicion because that could make sense for either. But I don't think he intended to say that to two people there. That could be, if Kamigawa was paying attention, he could be a little confused by that, maybe.
Marugu has missed 4 attack rounds in a row with these cannons, not getting a single tick of HP. Another one.
We got Manaspa in the trade right now. That might be where Marugu's looking at the moment. Oh, goodness. So many Halbs getting sniped. We got Magyar Hussars from tanks trying to get into the trade too. Just Manaspa everywhere from Kamigawa. And yeah, he's gonna mop up all the trade there. But not for tanks. Is he attacking tanks? He is attacking tanks. Okay. It's still been confusing for me there. But I guess they've been enemied for a while.
Tanks has 11k gold. Marugu has 6k gold. So he can replenish this. It's just annoying.
Yeah, it's really annoying. It's like, then you gotta send army there, and it's just so messy. And again, you called it when we saw this go down to these 4. We were like, this is going to go on for a bit. They got to play it like a team game. They're going to fortify up. And it's really risky to turn on the person you're trading with right now. But also, that is maybe the player you trust least because you're so close to them.
There's so much posturing here. Also, what is the price on stone? Is there a reason people are... Okay, 432. There's a reason people aren't buying it.
Yeah, it could be a strategy. We had that go up to 1,000 in a game yesterday because the players would just trade. They'd get the gold from trade, and if they weren't, losing gold, they would just buy stone and build towers and castles. We got Navy from Kamigawa. That's actually a pretty sick addition, and that would sit in the trade route provided those castles are taken out.
Georgians get Droman, right? Or do they get Droman? Right?
I have no clue.
Are they Cannon Galleon? That might be a Cannon.
I think Cannon Galleon, if I had to guess, but I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Tanks. Again, speaking to Kamigawa. He says, look at this. I don't think he's trying to speak to Kamigawa. I think he's trying to speak to Marugu, but he's been on both sides so many times. And Marugu says, tanks, we have to win together, I think. And then Kamigawa says,
is he with
us? And Tanks says yes, but I think Tanks is trying to say yes to Marugu right now, if I had to guess. And we'll see. Kamigawa says, agree? He's like, are you agreeing?
No, are you with us?
Oh.
Are you with us?
Yeah, but if
no
you
one
put
can spell, dude.
But if you put a G in there, that would also be agree. And then he allies Teutonic tanks. Okay, so I definitely think he thinks that yes from tanks was an alliance. I don't think it was. And now confusion continues. Kamigawa sees the trebs and turns, and now tanks is like, Kamigawa, what's going on? I'm gonna say it. No one wants to say it. Poor Marugu. Marugu has been wanting to push. He's been wanting to make progress. He's been wanting an ally. He got attacked early by Monos. I think if tanks would just agree to fight and push with Marugu would be a happy boy.
This is such an arms race between Shixo and Marugu. It's looking like World War I over here. So many cannons, so many SO. Oh, boy.
Marugu, it's going to be a slow crawl. You need a lot of patience.
Yep.
And Tank says to the other team, if you can consider them that, he says, yo, Cammy, you bank 1 million res. I have no trade. So I think he's trying to say, how you expect me to team with you when the second I do what you want, which is kill Marugu, you kill me.
I mean, Shixo doesn't really have trade either. He got nuked earlier.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He needs to start it back up again.
The thing is, Tanks is going to start that trade back up right away. Shixo doesn't play as many team games. I see markets now, so maybe he's thinking of it, but he's been at that same number ever since that trade raid from Tank.
Oh, he's got like 14 queued in each market.
Okay,
Like
all right, so it'll
producing.
happen. It'll happen, yeah.
Yeah.
Shixo says they noticed. And Marugu just noticed the Navy.
Yeah. No, he's cutting on the wood line.
Oh.
You should cut just all of the wood, dude. Just cut all of the wood.
So I guess, yeah, those are going to get converted. Marugu's sending monks over. All right, Shixo. Everyone, dude, like, everyone's just talking to the other team, trying to figure out a plan here.
Except Marugu.
Except Marugu. Marugu, I think, again, would be happy to just fight with tanks and call it a day.
Look at the mule carts near the border with Kamigawa and Marugu. He's just collecting them, dude.
I don't even know where we're talking about. Oh, those mule carts. Oh my god. That is when you're just not used to playing with these new civs, right? You're just rebuilding mule carts like you'd rebuild a lumber camp.
Oh, Marugu says so. Be careful. Be
Oh,
careful.
God. That's rough, man. He does have the gold, but not a lot. He's got more than Shixo, but still only 3K. Kamigawa says, let's just be enemies and may the best win. So he's proposing that he and tanks be on opposite sides. But then Shixo says, better to get top 3, and tanks is talking to Shixo now. Confused, to be honest, what to do.
Yeah, we all are.
We are too.
All are, dude. The only thing we know is that Marugu has an ally, and he's not trying to make more.
Yeah.
This back and forth between Kamigawa, tanks, and Shixo is frankly just a little confusing.
I think it'll happen very quickly, though, when one person dies, because it's like, then everyone's guaranteed some money, and then may the best man win. But until then, like, no one wants to be that 4th player to go down, especially considering... Oh, my God, those attack rounds from Shixo. God. Especially considering that right now, like, Sully has a kill. He's already out. Hope has a kill. He's already out. Tanks
Here come the Rams.
and Kamigawa have a kill, but that's it.
Marugu's running out of space, man.
Yeah.
Running out of space. His king is in that castle. He's got 1,600 gold. He's got his trade set up again. And they can't quite do it this time. Maybe need a few more trebs for the next push.
Yeah, right now, Kamigawa's not going to be in support because he's up against tanks. Tanks just supporting with the CA, protecting the trade. So Kamigawa and tanks fighting a 1v1, and Shixo and Marugu fighting a 1v1, but it is a 2v2 on paper.
Archers are doing well from Kamigawa. He's kind of like pushed back all those docks from, from Teutonic tanks. He's pushed back the docks from Kamigawa, so Kamigawa needs to get them set up again. Trade line is safe, and he's adding docks of his own. Magyar Navy, not the greatest.
Yeah, I think they do get Galleon with Bracer, which is all you can really ask for. I gotta say, though, the score isn't lying in this scenario. I really think Kamigawa is clearly the favorite. He's got amazing trade. He's got fortifications for his king. The Georgian Manaspa, they can eat even the Magyar CA, as we see here. It's so much easier to use Manaspa than it is to use Cav Archers here.
Pixo's trying to get tanks to turn now.
On Marugu.
I wonder if that's like... Yeah, I wonder if he kills Marugu. Like, how does it play out from then? Because Shixo and Kamigawa seem a little suspicious of each other. I don't know if they'd stay together long enough to kill tanks.
Listen to this. If he can kill Marugu before Marugu enemies him, he can still trade with Marugu. But if he turns on Marugu and Marugu, enemies him, then all of Tanks' trade goes down to the castles. Yeah, here we go. Marugu's going to try. Market. He says, Shixu and Tanks, I have a deal. We kill Kami. His Civ is too good late game. Is this deal finally going to work? Tanks' deal?
Deal!
And then Shixo said Kami first Marugu. Okay, guys! Somebody agree on something here. We've got like...
Everyone's making different deals, bro.
Got like 15 different proposals on who's going to attack who, and it's just never working out.
This is just going to be the biggest communication error of all time. It's going to turn into a free-for-all at some point.
Okay, hold on. Kamigawa says, I'm going to stop attacking you, tanks. I want to see... Oh, Shixo wasn't saying... I don't know what Shixo meant. He said Kami first, Marugu. Was that Kami first, comma, Marugu? Or was that Kami, comma, first we kill Marugu? I don't know what he meant there.
I'm very confused.
Yeah.
And Marugu says, Shikso, you know how to speak?
Shikso, do you know how to speak or you just ignore me? Okay.
Did he answer? No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, no answer yet. I mean, he is currently, you know, micring and all that good stuff. I want to pay attention to, like, the ranked ladder.
He just declared war on him again. He allied him, and then he enemied him again.
Yeah, he did
Kami
say it
and
moments ago, though. He said he was going to do it again, but I just don't understand. Everyone's so confused. The thing I'll say is Kamigawa, of all people, should try and have as many allies as possible. He doesn't want to make any waves. Just look how fortified up he is, dude. Like, that, he's the only player who really has that. Actually, that's not true. Shikso has heavy fortifications, too. I'm wrong. And Tanks is
they're
pretty
just
good.
going to keep dithering here and trying to make alliances that aren't going to happen. And eventually, Marugu's going to die. Like, he keeps falling further and further back.
Well,
eventually, his king's going to die, and then the whole thing's going to open up.
Well, I am continuously impressed with Marugu, though, because he has received very little support from Tanks. And he hasn't lost that much ground. But yeah, it does seem the most likely scenario just because of where his king is. But look at those. Manaspa get shredded there.
Manaspa. Oh, no.
Yeah, so Tanks is going to continue to try and convince Shikso to kill Kamigawa. And we've had this happen enough times where I think we know that Shikso's not going to do it unless Tanks kills Marugu, which Tanks won't do. Dude, eventually, like, sometimes you just got to wear people down. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. This is funny, though. They're like, it's annoying, actually,
Everyone
because
agrees.
they...
Like, Kamigawa's the issue. Everyone agrees, but no one can bring themselves to turn on him.
Yeah, well, that's because, like, if I'm Shikso, I'm saying, no way, dude. No way. Like, I've got trade with him. He's next to me. And what's to stop? Like, let's say Shikso takes that deal and they all turn on Kamigawa. What's to stop Tanks and Marugu from just killing Shikso once Kamigawa's dead? That's 100% what's going to happen. And now on the other flip side, Shikso's trying to say, yo, Tanks, just kill Marugu, but it's going to be the same thing. Like, Tanks will just get killed by Shikso and Kamigawa.
Dude, it's important to note, if they kill Kamigawa, Shikso has the markets from Sully to trade with.
Ooh, where are they, actually?
They're in Kamigawa's base.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. You still have that trade available.
I mean, but Teutonic Tanks is allied with him, so...
Yeah. This is a true Mexican standoff here, though. No one... Like, everyone's got a deal. The deal benefits them more than it does the enemy. And it should delve into a continuous 2v2, but it's like, then the 2v2s are... Everyone's so strong, and they're not losing ground. So then people try and propose a new deal. Every time. But predictions from here? Are you like, if you had to predict the top three, what do you think?
Well, Marugu's not going to win.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Okay.
And Marugu just researched treason, so he knows where all the kings are. Did he do that just to screw with people? Like, you don't get a notification of who researched treason.
Yeah,
you just know that treason is researched. That might be a nice little tool for Marugu to, like, get people, you know, a little bit suspicious of each other.
100%. I mean, so at this point, like, Kamigawa, because he's been talking with Tanks so much and they're not making progress, he might think that Teutonic Tanks did that. So here goes Marugu. He's actually going to speak to Kamigawa, which he hasn't done a lot of, and says, Kami, Shikso don't listen. You Tank and I top three. Let's kill Shikso. Okay.
What Marugu should do is keep researching treason and then keep asking everyone, like, oh, was it you who researched that?
Yeah.
Like,
agreed. You know, another thing they need to do, another thing they need to try, like, what's much better there for Marugu is to say, Kamigawa, Shikso is trying to get me and Tanks to turn against you. How about you kill Shikso, I kill Tanks? Like, lie and say someone is saying something they're not. Pros aren't doing that, but I think that in community games, we would have seen that a lot already.
If I ally you, you kill me after. Marugu says, no, look at my position. I'm the third place at best.
Which is true, actually. That's a fair point. I like how, we haven't talked about it much, but Kamigawa has spent some time kind of clearing out the space where Hope was.
Yeah.
So just like having that, like building siege workshops there and sneaking in with Rams later on could be good. It's nice to have that space.
What's the price on stone now? 497. So it's still doable for someone like Kamigawa.
Yeah.
But it's very expensive.
Yeah, Marugu, it seems like just a matter of time until his
Brother
line of
Shixo,
castles
stop
goes
attack
down.
grounding your own units! God damn it!
At least he didn't attack around his own king. It could be worse.
Oh, Manaspa in the trade again. Again! Oh my goodness.
That's such an annoying situation. And there's also Navy progressing as well. And here comes Tanks.
Yeah.
Tanks has to bring all of his Cav Archers back. And, I mean, again, kind of a 1v1 between Tanks and between Kamigawa, and a 1v1 between Shixo and between Marugu.
Well,
we have had crazy
there's
army
Rams
counts.
here. There's now Rams and Manaspa from Kamigawa, so Marugu really needs to defend this.
Yeah. Yeah, really tricky stuff. We got random demos with the CA. Tanks still trying to defend this trade. So Manaspa are going to get through. Big shots on the other side. But
Castle Falls, that's an expensive castle.
yeah, that's the most important thing at this point. Is just your fortifications. Marugu right now has earned $0 for his troubles in Regicide Rumble 5. I wonder if he feels as though he's not receiving the proper amount of support from Tanks, and then he's going to die anyways, if he makes a run for Tanks and tries to get 25 bucks before he leaves.
He's making a run with the petard. He's come back.
Don't know why he had the petard. Also,
had
very
those
good
forever,
chance that
too.
Marugu doesn't remember he has his king in that castle right now, because he's so focused on the fights.
I think he does. I think he knows.
Maybe, but it's about to be
I mean,
attacked.
Yep, it does have crenellations, which is nice.
Nice attack rounds from Shixo and from Marugu. There's a whole lot of Manaspa here, though. King Refuge is under attack. Tanks is asking for resources. I don't think Marugu really needs resources. Maybe a little bit, but I think he needs those Cav Archers here. But the Cav Archers were dealing with the trade raid. They've got to get here at some point. They're probably on the way.
That castle's gonna die. Like, shifts it over to the other castle.
Yeah, yep. Nice
Bombard
job.
cannons are coming over, but just an overwhelming amount of siege.
Yeah, crazy job from Shixo. Great job. Really ramped it up a bit with the Treb production after the various times he lost his Trebs. Tanks is losing his teammate. He's losing his Cav Archers. This is a problem. If Marugu's out of the picture, I think the Tanks will follow, but Tanks might still be clinging to the hope that there's a deal waiting for him.
I mean, if you're Kamigawa as well, do you think about sniping Shixo right now? When Marugu's about to die?
Yeah, it's a fair point. It might be the right time if you think you can win the 1v1 against Tanks. But they might be so focused because this is 25 bucks and there's multiple people that could kill it. Like, dude, Tanks might even want to take it, because you could get in the King Snipe final if you get another King Snipe. If Marugu's going to die anyways. Marugu builds another castle. He's still alive. King will be in there for now, and he's going to hold on, but it just feels like a matter of time.
Dang.
Also, I think we are seeing the weakness of the Magyar player not having not being able to deal easily with Siege Onager. The Cav Archers just have to be microed away too many times. But Kamigawa's just been a beast. He's back on water again. He's going to go into the trade again. He's got a 110 army. His fortifications are insane. And he yells, Marugu struggling. They've got him on the ropes. And they know it.
I think also, like, Tanks has still 131 eco units.
Yeah, maybe a bit heavy on the
maybe
eco
delete
side.
like 30.
Yeah.
You need army right now.
Well, maybe it's too late for that too. Like, maybe it's like, well, I need as many resources as possible because Marugu will 100% die, and I need to last. But I think if Marugu was gonna survive this one, I think a lot had to happen in the previous hour. And Marugu's king will still survive, but it's the only castle remaining. But he does have a crazy last stand, though. It's a lot of SO. And Halbs, and the Cav Archers. Cav Archers might get killed, but, you know, maybe they delay it.
He's living.
Still looking to see if Shikso's got any blue sneaking in, or if Kamigawa's got any purple sneaking in.
Yeah,
you know,
I've been looking for
get
that,
snipes.
Yeah. I would love to see that castle forward from Shikso, like just queue up like 20 trebs in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And just be ready to snipe the king.
He definitely is prepared for a backstab. If you look around his own castle.
Yeah, his siege workshops.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is important. Kamigawa and Shikso, from the start, have been a team. Remember, they were going to have Yo. And, I mean, if Yo was in this and they actually all stuck together, I think Tanks and Marugu would have been dead a long time ago. Sully had something to say about that. But both Shikso and Kamigawa kind of flirting with Tanks on the other side. And it's I know there's never been any obvious agreement, but it has benefited them because Tanks was never all in with Marugu here.
Tanks is the most wishy-washy player in this game. And, like, I think they've all kind of...
They've all been a little
wishy-washy.
wishy-washy.
Yeah, they tried so many times, it didn't work out. And they've just all kind of given up on the diplomacy aspect. The relics now being taken out from Marugu, and that was a big part of his gold income, although he just got 6,000 gold?
Yeah, Tanks is funding him, and that is a crazy amount of siege there from Marugu. So he still has to be careful not to lose it all, and one hit or two from Kamigawa, and Kamigawa was some crazy micro, but this is really... You know, again, it's going to be like a last stand for Marugu. He's still got something. He doesn't have actual, like, eco, though. He doesn't have a lot of farmers. That will all be an issue. Can Tanks support enough here? You know, something in community games that happens a lot where, like, if some players are too hard to kill, the top teams will get either bored or they'll get impatient, and they'll eventually make a move on one another. I'm seeing a lot of trust right now between Shikso and Kamigawa, but if Marugu's still not dead...
Bye-bye. Oh, they didn't get in there. Oh, God. I was anticipating a great attack around there, but he ended up killing his own bombard cannon.
Yeah. Oh, my God, he's going to kill more of his own bombard cannons here. Marugu kind of just moves out a little bit too far and gets punished.
Don't worry, he just got an injection of gold. He's got 9,000 gold now. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And he has 10k food, so he doesn't actually need many farmers. Yeah, Marugu's not going anywhere, dude. He has more gold than Shikso does right now. He has more trade than Shikso does right now. I think we are assuming that Marugu is just going to crumble here, but that's just because of lack of space. His gameplay's been fantastic.
Yep, we all know his tagline, don't crumble, stay humble.
Don't crumble, stay humble. That's good. I like it. Dude, back to what you said earlier, I'm with you. I think that Tanks really might have too much eco. I've never seen him in the top 3 of military count, and he's got worse military options because of no siege onagers. I like the Magyar Hussar edition, though. Sniping the siege. That's been nice. That combined with the CA could be fantastic.
He's got 0 military in the queue, though.
Yeah, and remember as well, like, he is rank-wise worse than the others, right? But I think where my mind continually goes is, at least
I don't want to know where it's going.
Well, neither do I usually, but for most of this game, he wasn't in full support of Marugu, and that's where it's like, well, now it's like you want to see more army, and he is trying, but the Manaspa, he's damn Manaspa just too strong, just surrounding the CA. It's like, and if you don't micro the CA back, you're just gonna lose everything.
Guys,
oh my God!
Turning on Tanks. Is he going in?
He says this to Tanks, though, dude. He says, guys, I'm turning on Tanks. If you give me a chance after, your call. Marugu's sick of this crap. But
Bro,
now...
He just gave you 9,000 gold or whatever. Like, what?
But, like, and also Tanks will see that.
Yeah.
Tanks hasn't responded yet. Kamigawa goes over to Shikso, says, what do you say? Marugu's being very impatient. You got to give him a second to think about this. Shikso says, I said nothing, so he maybe didn't see the message.
I think Marugu has to die, and he's not responding to Marugu. That's to Tanks. Tanks says, I give up. We kill
Marugu. Okay, so now...
Oh, Marugu just sealed his own fate.
I was going to say, if he would have said nothing, I think he would have been okay for a while longer. And now Tanks is immediately agreeing with Shikso and Kamigawa that Marugu needs to go.
God.
Marugu.
That's a major fumble for Mr. Humble over here.
Dude, that's rough.
Yikes.
I mean, he's in a desperate spot. I do wonder how that goes, though, if Tanks doesn't see the message. Tanks seeing the message sealed his own fate. And so this will be a 3v1. This will mean Marugu will not have any money. I mean, if Marugu isn't getting a response from Kamigawa and Shikso right now, he needs to actually make his move, in my opinion.
Folks, status update. There is only 364,000 wood left on the map.
Pretty crazy. A lot of it is like in the south right now. And so Tank says, I'm the weakest, guys. Can you do King Spy? Kamigawa's like, I already allied you already.
Where else do you think it's going to be? There's nowhere else the king could be.
Yeah, it's true.
Right there,
from his perspective, there's only one building with a flag right now for Marugu. But the alliance happens. This is the end for Marugu. Again, he was attacked earlier by Monos, I think because Monos didn't know the settings. And then things have not gone too well. He says, I'm dying here to Tanks. But, dude, Marugu, as Tanks is on the way...
this is a spectacular misread from the Frenchman.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's just funny because Marugu doesn't know that he outed his play. He doesn't know that Tanks saw that. So here comes the support.
The enemies are at the gates. They're coming in.
Here comes support. It's getting a little too close. It's getting a little too close for comfort. The Manaspa go down. Who's going to get the money here, Dave? Who's going to get the money? Will Tanks turn? He should turn. He could take out the SO.
I think it's going to be Tanks. Marugu's going to run.
Blue says, let me kill. You got one. Please, Cammy. He wants that money bad, dude. Pretend fight set.
He didn't say that to Orange, though.
Yeah, true. Marugu's king is in there.
Marugu should see that Tanks is not attacking these units.
Yeah, and Marugu starts attacking him now. Marugu starts attacking him now. I like it from Marugu. They're all just swarming in like sharks in the water. They want the king kill.
He's running.
Tanks is gonna get it. Tanks gets it. And that's probably the last person that Marugu wanted to kill him. But Tanks gets the job done. He's in the 3rd place position. He got 2 king snipes here. And Shikso still doesn't have a single one. And now what's going to happen?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well,
let's kill Orange. Shikso is not happy that he took the king.
Yes. Shikso says, let's kill Orange. And he says that to Orange. And Teutonic Tank says, wow, 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 wow. Guys, I am the weakest. He's like, wait, let's not do this. I have the least resources. He doesn't have the least resources, by the way. But it's the right play. It's the right play. You got to play whatever cards you can.
Yep.
But again, I just keep going back to, like, right now, Shikso and Kamigawa, they fought together the whole game. They started next to each other. They're trading together. The logical move is to kill off Tanks and then figure it out between themselves.
Or they can just go and kill the markets from Marugu if they make a run.
Yeah, yeah. Blue's king is moving forward. I'm going to assume that this is not a mistake because he made the mistake before, but...
Oh, God. Oh.
Oh, dude.
Shikso.
Dude, that could have been going right into the battlefield.
Shikso, where are we going with this king? Are we going back into the castle? Shikso?
Dude, if you lose your king in that, you're never finding it.
Oh, no.
Wait.
No,
he might be sending it to the castle in the north? No, that doesn't make any sense. Where would this be going? Did he send things out of his castle? Kamigawa could turn on him and kill him right now.
Teutonic Tanks declares war on Shikso. Okay.
Oh, Shikso's pushing.
Is he sending it to the one near Yellow's base?
I was thinking he would send it to that castle because it's out of the way, and then he has fakes back at home, which is kind of smart. But that isn't a strong castle.
They're gonna get treason anyway. Yeah.
He does have siege onagers kind of close to Kamigawa's base. Yeah, I think that's where he's sending his
Teutonic
king.
Tanks is on the run as well, but his king is going to be safe. No, his king is in the open, bro. It's literally sitting there in the open. for Shikso.
Oh my god.
now
And
he's
Tanks just
revealing king
researched treason.
locations.
No. Sorry, Shikso researched treason. If Tanks researched treason right now, that is the 3rd snipe for him.
Oh my god.
Shikso's never finding that, dude. He's never finding that. I don't even know.
I
like,
mean,
I'm trying to think of why it ended up there, because the rally point would have to be set. If you send it forward into the army, that'd make more sense to me, because he's obviously trying to reinforce. Oh man, big hits there.
Wow. Yeah.
You get like
Brother.
someone asking about treason. It's like you pay 400 gold, you get to see the enemy's kings, not allies, for a very short period of time. A very short period.
Dude, I just keep watching Manaspa run right past this king. Oh, God.
Well, Dave, what we missed. Tank says, Cammy, how about I give you my king as hostage and we go for Shikso, so I am second. Cammy says, we can do that. So Kamigawa's going to hold all the cards. Kamigawa says, bring your king here, then I ally you. So, I mean, this could be Kamigawa's 2nd and 3rd snipe, and he could be 1st if he realizes that Shikso is also here.
Why are there war wagons now coming up towards Kamigawa's base?
Dude, it'd be so funny to me if Shikso turns on Kamigawa, and then a random unit from Kamigawa kills that king just because they enemy.
Without treason, no one's finding that. That's the safest king on the map without treason. No one's going to suspect. They're going to be looking everywhere but there, dude.
Yeah, true.
Everywhere but there.
Yeah, I mean, in-game, there's not like a giant crown on the minimap like Capture Age, so it's really hard to find. Tanks is on the way so you can ally me so the towers don't insta-kill the king. And Kamigawa allies him now.
Shikso just shift-deleted the wagons coming towards the base of Kamigawa as well?
Okay, so maybe but he's making, I think the army was there too early.
He's
that castle's
trebs.
making trebs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but if he's over there, maybe he can see the king? By accident?
Maybe.
Dude,
you need
Tank's
to
now in the north side of the map near Mazos, and he's in Monos' base. Okay.
Dude, if there's leftover army, it could be bad for that king. Like, Orange is moving into the darkness. Orange might want to bring an escort army just to make sure it gets there safe.
Oh my god. Dude. Where is Orange's king going?
He's giving his king to Kamigawa as a hostage.
Right. I forgot about that.
So he can get second. That's the deal. I mean, there's nothing stopping Kamigawa from just killing it. Kamigawa says, where is it? No caps.
Oh, the king is coming back. Shikso just had a heart attack. They found the king.
Oh. Okay, that's a big deal then. That's a big deal. All right, there's the signal from Tanks.
And Tanks says, do spies. Oh, man, that's just the perfect timing for Shikso.
Shikso's making it back home. All right, so Tanks and Kamigawa are allied. Tanks is going to... Is he going to tower hop his way into the base of the enemy here? It's not close enough where I'd be satisfied if I were Kamigawa. And meanwhile, you notice that the main base of Tanks hasn't been pushed because they're all kind of focused on the extracurriculars.
And he's still
here.
trading.
Yeah,
like,
he's still trading.
If he gets them to enemy each other,
yeah,
and he gets his king out of there, that's a fantastic position.
You know what would be sick right now? Is what you do is you put your chat on for Kamigawa if you're Tanks, and you say, okay, Shikso, do it now. Just say that. And then Kamigawa immediately is like, wait a second. He's going to make a move on me, and then you got to sow seeds of distrust in the group, in my opinion. And there's treason from Kamigawa, but Kamigawa's allied with everyone, so you don't get allied king positions with that.
God, if Shikso had noticed that king 2 minutes later, he'd be dead right now.
Yep.
Literally be dead.
Potentially. Tanks says, 1 sec, need toilet, BRB. And they're not pausing. His king is in a tower near Kamigawa's base, and Shikso's getting mad at Kamigawa, I think, and saying, why no fighting? WTF. Kamigawa now turns on Tanks because Shikso realized it. Dude, this is the distrust. Kamigawa and Shikso, they don't trust each other. It's gonna get crazy.
Turn on the man that's on the toilet?
Yes.
That's a pretty bad
low
move.
blow, dude.
Yeah, that's a low blow.
That's a low blow.
He could have paused, too. He just kept
Man's
playing.
got to pee. That was quick, though. Teutonic.
Yeah, that was really fast.
Or something?
Oh, my God. Did he wash his hands? Sheesh. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe his office is, maybe his gaming room is in his bathroom, right? He just had to, like,
maybe.
it's just right next to the sink, so he just had to step 2 steps over to the side. I don't know. Dude, Shixo's annoyed. Shixo is annoyed, and I think this is going to get really fun. There's the king from Tanks, but Tanks should go back home right now. Shixo says, lost all army, you have millions of res. He is saying this to everybody that's left.
Teutonic Tanks is, though, making a siege tower.
To get his king over Blue's wall.
That's... No, dude.
You can't... First off, you can't do that, unfortunately. You can't put your king in a siege tower. Second, you don't want to put your king on the other side of Blue's wall.
Shixo knows where the king is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true.
Tanks. He just got that. And he's got Trebs nearby.
He probably can't
somewhere.
believe it. That's such a weird position.
They're rolling over. They're rolling over. The Trebs.
Which Trebs are we... Shixo's Trebs.
Yeah.
Ah, yep, I see him.
Here comes the siege tower that you can't load the king into.
I mean, unless it changed. I think... I feel like Teutonic Tanks is doing this as a stall tactic, but I could be wrong. Still got his trade running.
Here we go.
He's about to find out you cannot put the king inside the tower.
SO are coming over from Kamigawa. They might attack ground the blue trebuchets.
Yeah. Kamigawa might want to just get the king, too. I think
What
Tanks...
a sequence of events here.
I think Tanks is being honest, by the way. I think Tanks genuinely feels like he can't win, so he wants that second place agreement. Okay, and Shixo and Kamigawa are not talking about this, notice. Yeah. They're both here for this king. They're not talking about it. And he took out the Trebs. Kamigawa just took out Shixo's Trebs. Bro, if Blue notices that, this could get real crazy. And Tanks is like, oh, yes, they hate each other now. We are going to run. And Kamigawa's like, bring your king. And Tanks is like, not going to do it. He says, I'm not going to give it to Shixo, dude. And oh, crap. What in the world?
Oh, God, dude. This is hurting my head. This
Shixo's hunting it down. Tank says he wants to steal my king. It's for you only. Oh, man. Listen, what's going to have to happen is Shixo and Kamigawa are just going to have to fight. Right?
They're going to have to fight at some point.
Yeah, they're going to have to fight. And it might be before Tanks dies. And if it's before Tanks dies, it could be really good for Tanks.
But this is like forming distrust between Kamigawa and Shixo.
Yeah,
the attack rounds, the random stuff that Shixo doesn't know about.
Yep.
I think Teutonic Tanks is going to be fine because I don't think Shixo and Kamigawa can bring themselves to double team him anymore.
Shixo is
at least not
4K
fully.
gold, Kamigawa 30K, Tanks 40K. So Shixo is maybe the weakest player in this position, and he's still researching trees and he's still going for king snipes. Dude, this has probably reached a point where this game is just downright frustrating for the players. So he might, if I get frustrated, if my opponent took out my Trebs, if I feel like there's some conversations being had that I'm not involved in, I might want to actually make a play on Kamigawa. Gonna be tough, though.
Still buying stone for absolutely outrageous prices. 666 now.
Wow.
Gold for 100 stone.
Now Kamigawa researches treason. This is like the 8th time he's researched treason to try and see allies' king positions. Tank says, wow, Kami. Let me hostage. What a weird thing. I 1 second.
Shixo is attack grounding where the trade is coming in from Kamigawa.
Oh.
With a singular siege onager.
Where is that? Near whose base?
In
here?
the south. He was okay, stop. He was doing that in the south.
Do you think Tanks is being honest about wanting second here?
Also, look at all those towers set up from Kamigawa in
his base?
Base of Shixo.
Oh.
Around the king.
Oh, yes.
This is not going to end well for him.
Yeah, I mean, dude, these two are going to... I think that Tanks is going to do a decent job at holding on. And I think that blue and purple are building up towards the Civil War here. Like, I think it's going to go down. And all their trade's going to go down. and it's going to get nasty. But hold on. Here goes Kamigawa. Remember, he's allied with tanks right now. He is allied with tanks. There's a whole bunch of Manaspa on the way. And Kamigawa just says, we can't make it. Walls here from tanks. He's going for as many walls as possible to keep the king alive. And there we go. Kamigawa turns. Tanks is going to turn. Tanks has to keep this king alive.
Yep. And he walls off the castle, which is very smart.
Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
That is so smart. Oh, my God.
What a play that is. He also had to, like, quick wall that, too. He got tiny hits on all the wall pieces. And so we'll see if he gets the army to eventually deal with these Manaspa. That's going to be tricky, but I think the king will
those Magyar
survive.
Did not stand a chance, bro. Oh, these Manaspa are too good.
Yeah. If that king wasn't walled in there, it would be game over for tanks. There'd be no escaping. But now he has time for CA to arrive. And now blue has signaled the towers from Kamigawa. And they're going to have a chat about this in a second. And blue...
He's just attack grounding them. Yeah.
Can we appreciate that there's 2 war wagons in the north chasing the siege tower from Teutonic tanks? I thought blue was making a move, and they've just been slowly chasing that.
Walling in that castle was crazy good.
Yeah.
That saved them, literally.
Yeah, because blue and purple, like, they're going to attack each other, I think, while tanks is alive. And it gives tanks a real opportunity to get first here. And so, you know, Marugu's probably like, man, I really wish... Hold on. Shikso's...
He just attack grounded his own castle.
Okay. We almost had a
And he says, you think I'm blind?
Oh, let's go! The drama! And I don't know what Kamigawa's going to say to that, but... Remember, like, when Tanks wasn't really supporting Marugu, I think he didn't want to be enemies. He didn't want to be, like, mortal enemies to blue and purple. It's kind of working out for him. It's still, like, it's clear to me that he's outnumbered. It's clear to me that he's going to have some struggles, but he's had 150 army, dude. He's going to have 100 CA with Magyars, which he hasn't been at that number before. He could kill their trade. And again, Shikso and Kamigawa are stuck. They don't trust each other, but they kind of need each other. Oh, wait. Towers got deleted. Kamigawa deleted them. Or were they SO?
I think they got deleted by the SO.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
No. I think he deleted some of them because he hasn't done that much damage.
Yeah. With the okay. Well, that was
a big stone cost, though, to make those towers.
Yeah. Smart, in my opinion, to delete those, though, if that's what Kamigawa did do. Now, you can win with a wonder, but the second anyone builds a wonder here, they are just 2v1'd immediately. It's just a massive stalemate, this game. And it's an understandable one.
96K wood?
Yeah, seriously. What do? I give you hostage as tanks? Again, I don't know. Is tanks being honest there?
I don't think he needs to.
Yeah.
There's so much distrust between purple and blue right now. You don't need to do that.
Dude, I would love to see some lying maneuvers here. I think Shikso is actually the one, like Kamigawa's kind of fine, but I think Shikso's the one that really doesn't trust Kamigawa because of the towers and the do you think I'm blind comment, so... Shikso hasn't changed his chat settings in a while. This has been a slog. He says, let's kill him fast and then we 1v1. I believe he is saying that to Kamigawa here, of course. But he is also sending that to tanks.
I love how Shikso is attacking the gold units from Teutonic tanks, like thinking he's going to run out.
Yeah, right.
He's got 40k gold in the bank.
Crazy.
He's going to be fine.
Crazy stockpiles. I mean, the distractions really, really screwed up Kamigawa and Shikso here. If they would have just taken out Marugu's markets, then tanks couldn't be trading this entire time. But they never continued to push because of the deal that tanks made. Like, tanks was offering his king, and that's where Kamigawa put his focus.
They see the markets, too. They could easily sneak over there with, like, 2 treads.
Yeah, agreed. And it's funny, too, because now tanks is actually at a point where he's got a ridiculous massive CA, which he was never at before. And so I think 80 CA, I mean, 40 of them he doesn't even realize are there, might actually be able to hold against what's coming.
At what point does tanks ally with Shikso? Because he's getting fed up. Or Kamigawa, you know,
Yeah.
decides to just push with Shikso instead.
Yeah, I really don't know. It's an understandable stalemate in my opinion because Shikso and Kamigawa probably don't love each other anymore, but they have to stay with each other. And then Tanks
Together for the kids or what?
Yeah, they're absolutely together for the kids. Together for the kings.
Yeah, sure.
They're together for the kings. There's no other reason. And Tanks is still trying to like make a deal with Kamigawa, and I guess like maybe getting second place. Still, like, look at Shikso. Shikso's got like 40 pop in his own base just in case right now. Like, that is such a large percentage of his military just because he doesn't trust Kamigawa.
Shikso's a conservative guy, dude. I've played poker against him, and I've taken so much money off of him by bluffing. He's like, I can't do it. What if he has a good hand?
Okay, so he could be bluffed. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, Tanks, we've got a situation here where he is losing grounds. He's probably scared. And Tanks did say to Kamigawa, Blue is probably going to go for Wonder Victory. Honestly, dude, you've got the southern corner. You have fortifications. You maybe don't do it right now, but we've seen Wonder Victories in shorter games. Maybe Wonder Victory is actually a good idea.
Thing.
Yeah, it is an idea.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, you can win with Wonder Victory.
And Relic Victory, I get. Who has the relics?
Yeah, I'll let you hunt the relics down.
Kamigawa's got 11 relics, 27k gold brought in from relics.
What?
Oh my god.
That's great. Well, I think there's like 17 relics on the map, though, so it's going to be tough for him to get all of them.
5 of them are in Shikso's base.
I think
and then there's another 4 near Marugu. No, another 5 near Marugu. So he's got 10 of them.
So
within reach of Shikso.
I'm just going to tell you, yesterday, houseboat game, right? We had a player try and go for Wonder Victory when there were 7 players remaining with Spanish. Had 130 cannon galleons around his little pond. He had the Wonder on the island, dude. It was insane. And then later on, we had a 4 Wonder race, all on their islands, and a stalemate banger. It was, yeah, a lot of stuff happened. So Wonders would make sense if you have the corner. And I actually think that's a good call out from Tanks. I think Wonder, at this point, starting to make the most sense because he's not comfortable that he can kill Kamigawa. And he doesn't trust Kamigawa, so why not just try and take the win for yourself?
Shikso is already buying wood, and he's selling all his food. He's selling food for a lot of gold right now. He's buying wood. Bro, there's still so much wood there. Is he going to just start, like, nuking all the wood lines, and he's going to count on the fact that he's got wood for the late game? I don't even know.
Shikso signaling...
Oh, no, he queues up a shit ton of traps. Never mind.
He just signaled a siege onager army from Kamigawa that was near the trees and said, what's that, bro? That's at home. That's okay. So he's like, I see your siege onagers. Look what I have defending myself. This is fine. And now Kamigawa is like, we need more army forward as they're going to lose everything. But there is just still no trust there. It's hilarious. I think Tanks could make a Wonder, but then it like kind of unites Shikso and Kamigawa.
Dude, Shikso doesn't have the res to replace... Well, I mean, he's got a ton of war wagons, and he had a ton of trebs in the queue that he's unqueued now, but
yeah.
He just lost a ton of bombard cannons forward, and his entire army.
Yeah, he is... This whole game, he's really been... He has been active with the fights, but he's never had the crazy bank that Kamigawa and Tanks have had.
54 war wagons is a lot, though. That's a lot of res.
Yeah,
and he's buying wood still, so Kamigawa, with only 6 on wood, might have an issue at some point.
Still is the trade, dude. Still is that crazy trade. Tanks needs these two to turn on each other. All of their trade goes down, and his trade is still there. That is priority number 1. Get these two to somehow turn on each other. He's tried, because I think his angle is he's tried to make the deal with Kamigawa to give him second. But it is just the mutually assured destruction situation between Kamigawa and Shikso that keeps them together. As we approach 2.5 hours here. We're seeing the strength of the Magyar CA now. Earlier in the game for Tanks, the issue was he didn't have the numbers. got crazy
I
numbers.
try to kill trade. Kamigawa says that he's already killed 549 eco units. This
Wow,
game.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you might want the wagons in the trade just because the wagons are ranged units, but Tanks is 1v2 in these guys. I thought maybe he would regret killing off Marugu. He's got Marugu for what he needs him for, his markets. And somehow still in this. Crazy stuff. Again, you know, wood could become an issue. I'm starting to see a lot more.
Shikso, yeah, Shikso is really prioritizing that.
Yeah, starting to see those TCs go up there. I'm not seeing any funky business in Kamigawa's base. Kamigawa does have some villagers in keeps to fake where his king is located, which is smart. And then obviously,
Bro,
like, Shikso's got so much. He's got like 20 units just defending his king right now.
Well, Magyars are tough to deal with when you actually have the right pop ratio for their military. For a long time there, Teutonic Tanks is like 130, 140 vills in eco units.
Yep.
And now he's at 115, and it's just like, oh my god.
He's owning. Yeah, and he's using the Magyar Hussars perfectly as well to snipe the siege.
Yeah.
Like, I think when this game is finished, I think that that Teutonic Tanks will have more kills than anyone, honestly, with the way this is going.
Well,
but
Kamigawa is pretty far ahead right now, if I remember correctly.
yeah, he's got 400 more. Almost 2,000 kills for Kamigawa, 1,400 for Tanks, 1,200 for Shikso. But we're not seeing that action in the trade that was promised. Maybe it did get in, maybe it died to castles. But again, still those markets there for Marugu. Marugu, what did he say? Marugu says,
the
bro.
biggest fumble of all time.
Marugu says, bro, he is using my corpse after he killed me. Yeah, pretty much. And Tank says, how about we try the hostage stuff again? He's proposing they go back to their original deal. I don't know. I think Kamigawa was really bunkered down here. He's like, listen, we can do this. If we just add SO now, which we haven't had, we can do this.
The Q or the waypoints are a little bit off as well for Teutonic Tanks. Like, he's sending this army through the SO and everything. Needs to get it sorted.
Yeah.
Still has stone available, so he can back up these castles, but the SO are just dying one at a time.
Yeah, his micro's good. Like, he's using the Magyar Hussar, but also the Cav Archers at various times to snipe those siege onagers. Tanks is doing a sick job. By the way, if I recall correctly, maybe someone could double check for me. I recall a very similar army comp for Tanks in Regicide Rumble 4. He might have had Mongols, now that I think about it, with like Mangadai and Rams, but he likes orange and he likes his Cav Archer units. And look at that split. Nice micro.
Here come the tower. Siege tower. Back, baby. I love when the drawbridge comes down. It's just like, bleh. Oh, we didn't get to see it.
It falls. The siege tower also falls so fast. Like, it splats down to the ground in the blink of an eye.
Oh.
Well, blue and purple trading together, not trusting each other, but they're still working together. They need more siege onagers. That's correct. But Tanks has been a freaking annoying little beast, dude. Just sniping those SL every single time.
Magyars is just tough.
Yeah, look at this side group here. Sniping another group of siege onagers coming in. I don't think Shikso's upset. I think that's just the game filter. He says there is something cart, delete it.
It's been there forever. It's been there blocking that gate forever.
A mule cart in a gate somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, they got to clear up the trade. The trade is kind of like a maze through Shikso's base because of all the weird walls, honestly. It's not the most efficient down there.
Just go snipe the markets from Teutonic Tank or from Marugu. Please.
Well, they don't know about it.
You can see. No, they.
Oh, they do know about it.
No, they do because of Mosnos or whatever his name is. They've got it.
Yeah.
They've got the information.
You're right. It's interesting, actually. So it's Shikso that can see the markets, and then Kamigawa cannot see the markets because he was never allied by Monos. Like, they know the markets are there, but it's not like active vision. But Dave, I mean, if they take out this castle, the trade is right there. So, like, it's also understandable to continue to focus here. It's just amazing resistance from Tanks, who just refuses to die, and has just he's done a much better job here in post-imp than he was in early game. I think, again, it comes down to how much military he has. And Kamigawa says...
Yep.
Magyars. I think there's a lot of people who say that every day when they play this game.
We need like 5 trebs? Dude, they should have had like 20 trebs over
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Well, they tried to bring in a pretty significant groups of siege onagers, and then in come the Magyar Hussar. I think here, though, here they've got something going. They've got a big group of wagons coming in.
Tanks is out of wood.
Oh.
And the wood price is high because of Shikso from before.
Okay, yeah, that's a big deal. He really needs that. Sick micro there from tanks, but his castle is almost down. It's at least halfway. That feels like almost at this point with how this has gone. There's a couple trebs coming in. Yeah, more trebs on the way. First time in a while we've had Kamigawa and Shikso grouped up together here with the fight. With, like, both big groups of wagons and Manaspa. This is tough.
God, that castle has been so brutal. He's just had the cav archers in there the whole time. It's
almost
been
100 kills.
SO.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there's trebs here now. And he doesn't have the Magyar Hussar here. Will this mean third place for tanks? Wonder victory's not an option. He also may not realize he's running out of wood. He might just be trying to queue units. I'm sure he will realize, but still, the castle will fall. Now, Dave, if you think you have tanks on the ropes...
I'm looking, bro. I'm looking. And look, Shikso is as well. He signals this. He says, what's in there, bro? It's a ram.
Yeah,
he pops it out.
I love it. He says, pop it out. He's like, okay, bring it to your side. He doesn't trust him. That's so good from Shikso, dude. Shikso, I've never seen someone say, pop it out, like, show me what you've got in there. I've never seen that before. That's super funny. And now Kamigawa's going to send it home.
I really wish Marugu had enemy Teutonic tanks because his king just ran past the castle.
True. Well, King is running, back to where his original eco was in the first place, I guess. And Kamigawa researches treason, and it's probably like such a horrible feeling because you just see that King is so far away after that. But he also sees the trade. The thing is, tanks will lose trade carts here. If they continue this push, he could still trade technically because Marugu's markets are on the other side. But if he rebuilds some markets, he could still, it'll be worse trade, I guess. But yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Shikso has not tried any sneaky business with Kamigawa. I haven't seen him try and build towers in the eco. Haven't seen him try and make any trebs there. He's just protecting himself. Teutonic tanks, out of wood, you said. He is chopping more of it on the outside now, and he's still got 38k gold. And Shikso's talking about sieging the other position. I would like to see them make sure they take the northern corner first. Like, trade is the key. You can't push the other side yet. You gotta take that corner away from him. And you haven't done it yet. Tanks is still holding there. He's still got his trade.
I wonder if there's like an appropriate time here if Shikso wanted to add a wonder.
Yeah, I mean, maybe right after tanks dies.
Because when wonder isn't that threatening immediately.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you can defend against a push with the Koreans, like a wonder won't be enough to shift Kamigawa to the other side.
Ooh, Paladin coming in for tanks. That's pretty crazy. I mean, if he could get Paladin with CA, maybe he could go for glory, go for a snipe attempt. I agree. Yeah. I think Wonder is a good idea, but what you don't want right now is to unite tanks and Kamigawa if you're Shikso. So you just got to stick to the job at hand, the task at hand. Dude, there's been so many instances in this game, especially the early game, where they're like, I'm friends with you. No, I'm not. I'm friends with you. They just flip-flopped all around, so I think they've all kind of changed their minds on that. And yeah, tanks deletes his markets. I think it's just going to be really short trade with the markets at home then. So that's going to be like 2 gold a trip, but it's better than nothing, I guess.
I think this game has taught me that Manaspa are really, really, really good. Holy.
Yeah. Also, got to give credit to Kamigawa too. He's played really well. He's had lots of temptations to turn on Shikso, which he hasn't done. He set himself up for glory with the defense. He's always had trade. And Tanks keeps trying to convince Kamigawa to turn. Why? At this point, what do you offer him, Tanks? I don't think you offer him anything. I think Kamigawa...
He can still do it, Kami. Hostage? Question mark?
Hostage as you're dying?
Yeah.
Kamigawa says, I want the game to finish. Yeah, and so they're making tons of progress. Orange is like, his only other opportunity then would be to make a deal with Blue, but they tried that before, and Blue wouldn't fully turn, right?
Why is Shixo attack grounding a castle?
You're going to have to specify which one.
Very slowly. The one, like, near his base. He just killed, like, a Treb or a SO or something.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't trust those buildings there. Shixo, even moving his siege onagers now in his, like, base, he clearly is just prepared. Tanks is killing Shixo is easier and faster. I mean, that might have been true an hour ago. But now that you've lost a significant...
easy about killing this.
Yeah, yeah. Now that you've lost a significant portion of your base, I just think that everything the Tank says is going to fall on deaf ears. It does not make sense to change sides right now. Tanks is going to get desperate, dude. Tanks has to go for a King Snipe. Treason, King Snipe, that's his best opportunity. Will be really tough.
Yeah, look at the setup from Kamigawa, right? Number one, you don't even know what tower the king is in.
Yeah, it's true.
And then you look at the setup over here from Shixo, and it's Koreans with like 20 keeps.
He also doesn't know. He has no clue, dude. He doesn't have any idea.
Shixo is like sneaking in attack grounds against
I saw that. Yeah,
Kamigawa.
I saw the trade card.
Yeah, because you now get the attack notification, right? If someone attack grounds you, even if they're your
yeah,
ally.
you
so
should.
you gotta be real sneaky with it.
Yeah. Tanks has known Kamigawa for a long time. Says, I want a former member of Team Vodka to win. And Kamigawa just says memory lane. But that doesn't tell me that Kamigawa is going to change his mind.
He's going to want a bottle of vodka after this game.
He could buy some pretty good vodka with $200 if he wins the game, dude. And then he goes to the final. And, like, I'm thinking of the other pros that are going to be there. Obviously, we have one more pro game. Kamigawa is like the perfect type of guy to win it all, right? He's not the biggest name, but he's not the weakest, and he's
solid.
He's super solid, yeah. Super solid. But it'll be interesting because people will know that. Like, I think a lot of the winners will have not been the best players in their games, so they're all kind of same category. I love how Tanks just continues to go wow, 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 wow. He's done it so many times.
As if Shixo isn't the one doing that.
Shixo's played this perfect to get into this spot. Again, $200 for first, 125 for second, 75 for third, 25 per King Snipe. So everyone's getting a fair amount of money here. And now Tanks is going to try Shixo. Dude, Tanks, he's tried. It doesn't make sense for the other team right now, but he has tried countless times to convince people. Oh, here we go, though. He says, Kami didn't want it, so I want to have my king as hostage. I put it in your base. We finish Kami, you get win. Dude, isn't this too little, too late? You needed to try this when you had your trade, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I just, like, he could still theoretically trade Marugu's market, so he should just start it for the 1 gold per trade.
Yeah.
On that tiny little thing. Why not?
It might actually be stuck.
Right.
I actually think he is trying to trade, and Marugu's trade carts are blocking it. Look at that. They're trying to trade.
No, there's a way. There is a way in. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, there is. Oh my God. It's a perfect line.
Yeah, I think the trade carts are trying, but it's just blocked off. And he's
Griefing, bro.
He's not paying attention to that. Shixo says his Tanks is going to be painful to kill Georgians. Looks like the end could actually be near here for Tanks, and he's realizing it. And Shixo, I don't think, has taken him up on the deal. Tanks is going to get that 3rd place spot. Still a slight chance, depending on what the king kills look like. Tanks will end up in the king kill game, but it seemed inevitable without a true team that he was going to struggle here. King is actually out.
Running out of castles here.
Yeah.
Running out of castles.
He already played 3 hours. Might as well fight on a little bit longer. Hope these guys change their minds. But it's just not happening. The Siege Ram edition has been great for Kamigawa. Blue's got reinforcements coming in towards the south now. So you got Rams, you got Trebs. Yeah, this is near the end for tanks. And then it's like Blue hasn't had a king kill yet. And Blue asked earlier, I don't know if you caught it. He said, Kamigawa, can I have Marugu's king? And Kamigawa said, dude, it's only $25. So that was it was fairly interesting. Tanks obviously got the snipe. The purple.
How much wood? 250K.
I think there's going to be enough.
Timer here.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I guess like Kamigawa hasn't really needed a lot of wood. He did make a lot of siege though, so that's not necessarily true. Tanks back further into his castle.
With 100 military again. So,
yep.
Godspeed.
Yep, Godspeed. And of course, it's like you built all your production buildings in the north to kill the other force, and now you've got all these random buildings there. And then you got to build up more production buildings.
Did he delete all of his trade? I think he deleted all of his trade.
That's probably why you got the pop space.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have 40k gold, now it's 26k, it's probably worth deleting your trade here for the pop space. Especially if the trade isn't going to be good trade anymore. Shixo just says, let's end it, Cammy. He's annoying. And I think they've both been in agreement on that. Because Tanks has just refused to die here. And they're slowly ending him. It's happening. He's losing buildings. He's losing grounds. He's going to lose pop space. And he's going to have... He's down to 3 castles right now.
If you're in Tank's position, you just got to wait. There's going to be a moment, hopefully. It's what you're hoping for. That you look so weak, like it's inevitable that you die. And then they turn on each other, and you still have that 20k gold in the bank.
Yeah, you're hoping.
You can maybe push back with.
And he's been trying to get into their minds, too. But Shixo's clearly done with this. He says, I'm just writing open now all the time. I don't care anymore. I have a headache. Kamigawa's laughing. And I think Kamigawa's in the same boat. I think they want to finish this guy off. Who knows what'll happen when, you know, Orange is dead. But Shixo says, thanks, United. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome.
Hey, you made your bed. Then you got to lie in it.
I mean, Shixo seemed like he knew what he signed up for. I'm not sure about Monos. Not sure if Monos knew.
Mosno.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Not sure if he knew what he signed up for.
I love how he said his name 5 times and was wrong every single time.
I also love how...
Remember when Yop died?
I love how, like,
Great
YOLO...
times.
Like, Monos had such, like, YOLO energy about it. Attacked 4 people and then allied everybody. It's all right. Next time, if there is a next time, Monos will know. Now...
He got 104 Meg RCA.
Dude, he refuses to die.
Good luck.
He refuses to die.
Yeah.
And he's got wood, which is a big factor. He's actually about to cut through to get some gold. Oh, shoot. What time are you at right now?
I'm almost at 3 hours. At 2:59.
Yeah, we're good. I just accidentally, like, went backwards a little bit. I'm now at... Well, I'm speeding up to live time, so we'll be at the same spot.
Ixo says, I'm so out of gold because I had to buy a lot of wood. Yeah, okay, bro.
He did buy a lot of wood.
16k. He did.
But he does have 16k. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, just Magyars, dude. Magyars are super strong here. Cammy has like 1 million woods, is Shixo.
No.
Is it just me? Okay, Shixo, because Shixo's starting to talk like he doesn't want Cammy to win again. He says, it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with second. Go, 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 go. Yeah. Dude, Tanks should wonder now. He's going to try again. He says, want to win or not? We finished Cammy. Tanks is crazy. I'm actually getting annoyed with Tanks at how many times he's trying. It refuses to stop with these offers.
What else is he going to do?
He can't do anything else. He can't do anything else. It's his best play.
Well,
it's just crazy.
Why are you getting mad at him?
Well, I'm not mad. It's just like the fact that we are stuck in the same cycle, I suppose, is the more of the issue here.
It's definitely a toxic relationship, 100%.
Someone in my chat says, why don't they just kill Tanks? They've been trying to kill Tanks. They can't kill him.
100 Meg RCA, bro.
They can't kill him.
Not easy.
Yeah. He's over 2,000 kills. He's fought 1v2. Now, if Marugu's out there, Marugu's going to be like, bro, imagine if I was in this game with you. Imagine if you had a teammate. Which, honestly, I think that's logical, because if they had Siege Onager with these Magyar CA, could have been a very different game.
Yeah.
It's also like people now. I'm getting one guy a little bit, but someone says it's wrong move for Shixo to not accept Tanks' offer. No, it's not, because he doesn't have tons of gold. He's trading with Kamigawa, and what would happen is all the trade for Kamigawa and Shixo would go down if he turned, and then Tanks would probably win. So it is really just it's a predicament. It's a pickle, as Doubt would say. And I think from here they will probably focus all their efforts on Tanks, and I want to see Tanks consider buying stone and building a wonder, because when you build a wonder, the downside is everyone focuses on you. Well, guess what? Everyone's already focusing on you, Tanks, and you're doing a pretty good job at holding.
Bro, that wonder won't last a minute.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
You just roll in a couple of trebs and kill the foundation while it's being built.
Yeah, maybe.
You sacrifice everything, but
I don't know. I'm not convinced. If he builds it where his castle is, where his king is being protected.
No way. The treb rolls in from the north. Then
maybe. He is rewalling. We'll have to keep an eye on his stone count, I guess, to see if he's buying the stone, because there's no stone to mine at this point.
There's only 2 people that can legitimately go for wonders. Why on earth is Kamigawa queuing up knights?
Misclick?
Mistake? Misclick?
Does he want one paladin? Did you just click one stable and see it, or was there multiple? Oh yeah, he's going for Cavalier.
I can see him in the queue.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, maybe for production.
Are they cheaper than Manaspa? I don't even know.
I don't know. I think Manaspa are somehow cheaper than knights, because there's like multiple things about the unit that are kind of busted. Here we go. Big, massive Siege Onager. Eventually, Tanks will run out of gold. He does not have trade. They've waited for 6 trebs as well. So I think you have to accept you're going to lose a lot of your siege. At least make sure you take out a castle.
The Paladin are in there, and they're taking out the SO, but the trebs are still an issue.
Yep. Trebs are still an issue. No Magyar Hussar available for Tanks if he loses his castles. That's probably going to be a castle down. Shixo has asked this before. He says, please just let it be my kill. That's fair. $25 here. Shixo wants it. Kamigawa says, if we manage. I think he's not too focused on the king. He just wants to grind down Teutonic Tanks once and for all. And they took a castle.
Lost a lot of CA there.
Yep. That was the way to do it. Go in with, wait till you have a big group. And then just grind down the castle. Yep. I think he may even lose the trebs here, but I would see it as 6 trebs per castle, and then you just got to build up again. Yeah, the extra production of the Cavalier and the Hussars has actually really helped here for Kamigawa. He just needed more units here all the time, even though they're worse units.
There's just no way with the setups that they have that anyone can pull off a backstab between
exactly.
Shixo and Kamigawa.
They're too
so
solidified.
It's like they have to go after Teutonic Tanks.
They're too solidified in their positions, yep. And it's clear, like, Tanks has held 1v2 for long enough. Tanks would be the favorite, in my opinion, if Shixo and Kamigawa ever turned early. So, Shixo, still wanting a king kill, has played for 3 hours, has not gotten one. Tanks has 2. Tanks holds again. They need to regroup again. It's just like the same deal. You got to regroup.
Tanks should start up the trade again. Go with make a monastery, make a monk, convert all the carts from Marugu. So you're not spending gold on them or wood. And then start the trade. Yeah.
It's crazy. He did overtake Kamigawa's kill count, by the way. 2,500 kills.
Look at his
Tanks.
res, though. Oh boy.
4,000 gold with 0 trade. Yeah. So the end is potentially near here for Tanks.
Stone is at 751.
Okay. So 751. Notice Kamigawa's buying some, Dave. Kamigawa's going to wonder. Did he also delete farms in the back of his base? I think he did. I think he's preparing for a wonder after Tanks goes down.
Could be. I mean...
No other reason to buy 1,000 stone.
I'd like a better setup than this, honestly. Like, buildings further out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. You can't wonder now, though, because then Tanks is going to talk to Shixo. Also, Tanks would get second place if Kamigawa Wonder victories, because we determine second and third place based on in-game score. Shixo says... Well, Tanks says, you know the movie Doctor Strange? Yo, Kami? I don't think Kami wants to talk to him anymore, dude. I just think they want to kill this guy.
Is he talking about the part where, like, he just dies over and over again to defeat the enemy?
I don't know. I've actually never seen the movie, so can't tell you.
That's all I can think of right here, watching him fight.
It's probably... It definitely relates to what we're seeing here. Big SO shots. We only have... Oh, people are saying he's come to bargain.
That is that part.
0 gold for Tanks. Now, he's got a lot of that in Q. So he's probably got like another 100 CA in Q. But once this 100 is killed...
Good micro.
He will eventually run out. But he's just too good with his micro. He's diploed really well. He's microed really well. Actually, I take it back. I don't know if I think his Diplo may have been the weakest, just because he didn't have good allies to work with.
I mean, there wasn't much. Yeah, there wasn't much.
Just
for him
Marugu
to work with
really.
Between Kamigawa and Shixo. Like,
yeah. Also, that snipe on Hope was really attentive. And, God.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, the end is near. By the way, prediction. I think Kamigawa is going to get this snipe. And I think Shixo is going to be very unhappy. And as Shixo is complaining that he didn't get the snipe, Kamigawa's going to drop that wonder. And I think, yeah, I feel like Shixo's going to be a very unhappy boy when this game concludes, because at least, well, he's going to get second place. That's $125. That's really nice, but would have wanted some snipes probably.
Oh, the queue is running dry here.
Oh.
The queue is running a little bit dry here for Teutonic Tanks. He's fought on for so long. The attack round of the Paladin, he gets most of them.
Yeah, Dave, he's clearly running out of steam. He's clearly running out of steam. He does have 2 castles to produce Magyar Hussar, but that's it. Might even see him start to mix in regular Hussar. Towers advancing for Kamigawa. So he's actually spending stone on towers. So he doesn't have the stone for Wonder. I'm wrong. I thought he would maybe go Wonder. Could still. But Shixo and Kamigawa, 20k gold.
$20 says, Shixo says, let me get the king, please.
Yeah.
In the near future.
Yep. And Kamigawa will continue to just deflect and be like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Sorry, what?
Originally, he said, it's just $25. But I think a lot of people would say $25 is $25. So...
Well,
last stand for Tanks.
The Teutonic Tanks.
Yeah,
last
seriously.
stand.
Crazy game. Tried to make it happen. I don't know if I've ever seen a player try so many times to sway others to the other side and to kill their own teammates. Like this, we're talking dozens of times he went over to these two, trying to convince them to sway.
Other than the whole hostage thing was a bad idea to begin with. He didn't really have an original idea of like how he wanted to do it, you know? It's just a general, hey,
it was
man,
never,
you want to attack them?
It was never going to make sense if their trade was running through each other. And I think it was a good move from Kamigawa and Shixo to recognize that, because they could have, especially Shixo, seemed like he was really annoyed with Kamigawa's little sneaks into his base. So Shixo stood firm. King might run for Tanks. I mean, he's trying to leave with villagers. This is not a player who I think is going to resign. We did ask the players, it's in the rule book, do not resign. We want those kings to be rewarded. And the king is now moving, dude. Are you kidding me, Tanks? He's making a run for it. Making a run for it. He's going to escort his king.
Gonna get this. Oh, Kami's going to get this. I take away.
Blue wants it so bad.
25 bucks.
He's researching trees. He's chasing it.
Look at all the wagons.
Oh, and Tanks quick walls. Tanks quick walls. Blue can't get it. He researches treason again. There goes the king. He goes again. Shixo. Go, Shixo. Chase it down, buddy. I believe.
There's a Manaspa up there. Uh-oh.
Oh my god, dude. He's researched it like 6 times. Oh, there he goes. Is Shikso gonna get it?
Him. You don't need it. Oh.
Oh. Dude, there's Manaspa from Kamigawa coming in.
They're coming in.
No! It's so weak.
Oh, tanks.
It's so weak. It's so weak.
Manaspa.
No! Shikso, no!
He's gonna be so mad.
Oh my god.
Declared war on Kamigawa immediately.
Yeah. Oh.
No hesitation. Enemied him right away.
Oh my god.
And the whole map is flashing now.
Oh, well, I mean, so for everyone who was suggesting these two attack each other earlier, this is precisely what would have happened. Only Teutonic tanks would be alive. And Kamigawa is going to drop a wonder. He knows this could go on for some time. It's going to take a while to build it.
Oh my god.
But it's a fight for the finals right now, dude.
That's so funny. He sacrificed his whole army, and he probably spent like 5,000 gold trying to find that king, and he didn't get it. He lost to 1 Manaspa.
Brutal. Brutal. Like, he did 80% of the work killing the king as well. Well, trade is still going to try and work through here. That will eventually die for both. I like how Kamigawa's played this whole game.
Yeah.
I think
what
he's
does the
had a smart game.
Georgian Wonder look like?
Trying to remember if I've seen it before.
That should be cool. Hopefully it's not moldy or anything.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be moldy. It's going to take some time here. Shikso, I want to immediately look to wood count, actually, because Shikso is chopping some. Kamigawa's got, like, very little wood. That's the situation. It's actually over where Marugu used to be. That's where he's chopping wood. But, like, I think, you know, for now, Shikso's going to have to clear up the forward buildings from Kamigawa. Once he does that, they'll start to engage kind of where the river is towards each other. But there's just, blinking everywhere because there's just units all over the place.
Shikso can kill this wonder if he sneaks the treb over there. Kamigawa's not paying attention.
Yeah, true.
Like, if that treb goes over to the top side, he can kill it.
Yeah. Remember, winner here moves into the final. There is a chance, like, if Shikso wins this, there's a chance we see Kamigawa in the King's-type final. But the only way we see Shikso again is if he wins this game. And it's been a good game. Like, they were reasonable enough allies for each other. I'm not going to say they were good allies because there was lack of trust, but I really think that goes back to how tanks played it. Just trying to... I mean, he was impossible to kill. He fought on for so long and tried to convince them so many times.
I actually kind of like Shikso's position. If he can clear up the stuff in the south, and that's a big if.
Yeah.
Then he could get, like, water control, and he's still got the castle forward. Like, he could constrict Kamigawa into the corner here. Dude, just go snipe the wonder with your trebs. Just go do it.
Well, he's got to... Well, it's going to take
we go.
That's going to take a long time. Oh, no, I do see those trebs.
That wonder is
those
3...
trebs.
Yeah.
I was looking at the trebs in the south.
Kamigawa. This is a terrible setup for a wonder. It looks good, but it's not good because you can range it from outside the wall. He's not going after it. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, he's still fighting in the south. I also think comp-wise, I think Koreans beat Georgians. I think Halb SO is not really something Georgians can deal with unless they make their own SO. And as we established, wood could possibly be a concern for both players here. And Shikso's down to 7k gold. Now, he's probably got a lot of units in queue. But that's also something we've got to think about. And he is going to lose his treb to Kamigawa pretty quickly. 3 hours,
kill the wonder.
Yeah. These days, I can't even... I mean, I still do, but, you know, I could barely play past 3 hours, you know, in multiple games, much less, like, one individual game. Barking back and forth, the arguments, I mean, Shikso said he had a headache an hour ago.
You bark at people in community games, or...?
I personally don't bark, but I do sometimes see the people bark on occasion. But that's not like an actual bark, not like a dog bark. It's just
okay.
That's like yelling.
If you
at
had
someone.
to bark though, like what would it theoretically sound like?
Dude,
would it be like a deep?
Marugu would be like a Chihuahua
Everyone
bark.
wants you to bark right now, buddy.
I'm not, dude. I'm not. Please, I'm not doing that. We already had the camel sound. People won't stop asking me about that from 5 years ago.
Just like a soft woof.
Woo woo woo. Does that count?
No. Such a cop out, dude. Let's see what this wonder looks like. It's looking cool.
Is there a graveyard in the front
Hell
of
yeah.
the wonder? Dude,
Yeah, that's all the kings he's killed.
Yeah. Well, not far off, actually. And if he kills Shixo, it will be close to accurate.
Hey, he's already dug a new one.
Yeah, all right. That plot just isn't filled yet. 150 army for Shixo. His king is safe. He does still have the annoying siege workshops on the side from Kamigawa. Kamigawa's being a real pain. I'm actually just watching that now. He's sniping all the units headed forward. Look at those trebs. Oh, God, Kamigawa!
Oh, God, no, dude. Oh,
yeah,
God.
and this is why it's like you got to push the wonder, yes.
Tristan, there's no food at all for Kamigawa.
Really? Does he have...
That is not good.
He also doesn't have a lot
And Shixo doesn't have any res, but he's got 142 health in the queue, so...
Okay. So, Kamigawa, if he can't make Manaspa, he probably loses this game.
Yeah, he's making more vills on the other side, so he could reboom, but he's going to have to get his food
yeah.
sorted.
That's good recognition from him to drop TCs there, though. Shixo dropped TCs in the wood really early as well. Yeah, like, if I'm Shixo, I know it's not what we want to see right now. And he is actually going to push the main base. I would actually spend all my time clearing up the castles and the siege workshops on the side first. Because you know Kamigawa's just not going to let you rest otherwise. But if you do that, then you're wasting time going after the wonder. So it's
Kami just has no res. Like, he can't push over there, but Shixo doesn't know that.
Yeah. It is 54 on food for Kamigawa. So, and it was at 30 a moment ago. So I think he's added a bunch of
food
farms.
price will cheap. Okay.
Yeah. But still, do you want to be making Manaspa against Halps? I don't think you want to. Like, the Manaspa can outrun the Halps, outmaneuver the Halps, but this becomes very tricky against Halp Siege when you can't make Bomber Cannon.
It's the only thing you can really make, though.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. This is close. I actually don't know. Maybe someone can look it up. This is close to, I think, one of the longest games we've had in Regicide Rumble. I think the longest one was still in the first Regicide Rumble. I think it was 3 hours and 15 minutes real time. That game ended with 2 players putting their kings into the same transport and deleting it and going out together. But that's not happening here.
I think if we look at the... Okay, so that was about 19 minutes. Took for Mr. Yo to die. He probably would have died, what? Like... 10 times over? 11? 12?
Yeah, I mean, probably like 12 different times, yes. Oh, what a moment, dude.
I love how he played 15 ranked games already.
Yeah. It's just so funny. Yo's like, I want to last longer than ACCM, and then that happened to him. I do wonder, like, let's say Yo survives. Does Sully actually, is he actually kept alive? Or is he just killed off by the pros? That seemed to be a theme.
I don't know.
People want to... If they're not threatened by you, they're going to kill you. That's what we saw in the games yesterday.
The wild cards. Yeah, they don't want the wild cards involved.
Yeah, they don't want
this. Adding in farms now because he needs food eco.
Yeah, Shixo making some real progress. Taking out a castle is a big deal. Stone's pretty costly.
Yeah, but he's running out of res, bro. He's running out of res. Stone is costly, but I mean, he's got so many towers behind.
Yeah.
And if the Manaspa just keep killing the trebs, he can't keep up the Halb
Dave,
spam.
he needs to do what you said. He needs to push around the side for that wonder.
Yeah.
He can't go through the middle.
It's so free, and he's got full vision on it.
Yeah. I think I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Right now, he's just trying to push the main base. But I think he might look at his res. He might think about it. And after failing a couple times, players will then oftentimes be like, oh, they'll reassess, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But he's about to reassess his trebs right to their deaths here.
Nice. Good one.
And, yeah, that's
write that one down.
That's rough. I can't help but feel like he's still being annoyed. I keep seeing Kamigawa sniping siege onagers and units running forward with the side base. It's so good from Kamigawa. Such a pain.
Oh god, all of these trebs are probably gonna die soon. The siege onagers are on the hill. So brutal, right?
I don't know if Manaspa noticed that. Yep, they did. Dude, Kamigawa's playing amazing. He's played really good here. Stockpiles are better for him. I think he had relics earlier. I don't know how many he has. Didn't you say 11?
Yeah, he had 11. These SO are just dying as they come out of the Siege Workshop. It's so
He's got 1 relic now, so he must have lost that. Okay, one of the monasteries was in the
he
middle.
lost the Marugu one,
Yeah.
and then he lost the 2 monasteries that were near Shikso's base, and Shikso should definitely grab those, but it like you said, it's tough to track everything that's happening there.
Yeah, he's got rally points set forward, and then he's also like being pushed on the side. This is probably, it seemed like, at least from Blue's perspective, this definitely reached a point of not very enjoyable to play a while back. He just wanted it to end, so could be part of that as well. And
77 on food now for Kamigawa.
Wow.
Really good.
Look at this eco on the left now where he added those TCs. He even added the fortified churches in the eco for the efficiency, and he added tons more buildings. Like, Kamigawa's doing so much here. But, you know, if the Wonder goes down, things get interesting. It does feel like it's, unless Blue goes around the side, he can't break the front. We know that much. But Kamigawa hasn't thought about how exposed he is over there, at least to my knowledge, so could always be surprised there. Right now, Shikso like trying to get his pop-up.
2 trebs and you can kill that Wonder easily.
That's so tough, dude. He researches treason now to know where the king is. I mean, he's not going to be surprised to know it is in Kamigawa's base. The Wonder gives you full vision, so he could see that. Shikso needs some big SO shots here on that group from Kamigawa. Kamigawa's starting to gather up, turtle up a little bit. Nice start for Shikso. Shikso's army count is higher than Kamigawa's. The side shenanigans were nice for Kamigawa, but he's got to focus on the front now, and he gets the hits.
God. Yeah. Even with the extended range, too.
And Manaspa do go down. Remember, no trade, very few relics. The gold count very low for both. So Manaspa, here's something that might come down to for Kamigawa. Manaspa costs gold, SO costs gold. He doesn't have Hussars. Well, many of them. He doesn't have Halb. Yep. So if he doesn't have golds and has only been making gold units, he might just get stuck. Maybe.
Oh, Bomber Cannon almost got a massive shot on those SO. They can't afford to repair them. Like, he doesn't have the gold.
Yeah.
He might have to sell food now that people have bought food.
AoE economics.
Driven the price. Dude, the price is now at 125 to sell. He can get gold. He's got 81 on farms now.
Also, the farming eco for Kamigawa is expanded outside of his walls on that hill. So, like, you'd think if something goes by there, he'll have vision on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just Shikso, he's still got, like, it's only halfway there right now for Kamigawa. But he's got to wheel his siege all the way forward. It's such a pain. Really needs to maybe distract on the front and then have that fight go towards the Wonder around the outside. Or you just, maybe you can grind him down the way you are, but... And I gotta say, Teutonic Tanks had to go to the bathroom at one point. Think of the casters here. I've been trying to hydrate a bit more because yesterday was the long one.
Yeah.
Let's just say I hope that this game ends one way or another with this Wonder.
I've got the super bladder, dude. I'm good for another 5 hours.
Straight Halb from Shikso. This game has been a grind. The winner gets $200. If you were to do the average per hour, that's a pretty good day at the office, despite how long this game is. And loser will get 125, plus, of course, there's the king incentives, which...
Selling food.
Yeah, keep us updated there. So this is Kamigawa selling food?
Yeah, Kamigawa is selling food. It's, for 92 gold still, so really decent prices.
Really good prices. And he's going to get a big clear up. Oh, this is... Dude, Manaspa are just insane. I know the Halbs are like, should on paper be a good unit to go up against full cav, but they just kill things so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And how many times has poor Shikso lost his siege? And he's wheeling it from home, and it's just... it's such a mess. You just look at this line of units streaming forward.
You just lose track, dude.
Yeah.
You just lose track. At this point, you have the select all building, and you produce.
You send it forward.
And now, if it was an ideal situation, you would build the production buildings forward, set them to a control key, and do that. But humans are naturally lazy, and it applies to everyone.
Yeah.
Even like the top guys, right? So you'll just hit select all, and you'll just spam, and you won't notice
And
when they're running under
and you have
castles or
you
towers.
have
or
Kamigawa
whatever.
also using the select alls to send it back to the same exact spot. Funnily enough, like
Yeah.
he's got a stream of units running through. Because both these two have kind of been everywhere on this, but Blue's got to build up again. He's got to build up his numbers and get enough halbs. But if Kamigawa is now mixing in hand cannons, that's actually really nice against the halbs. 140 years. I think Kamigawa is going to take this. And he's almost at 100k score in game, by the way. Very rare you see that. He's been a team game beast for a long time.
He is
Kamigawa.
losing some Manaspa, though, against halbs. 53 halbs still in the queue. And the gold is down low once again here for Kamigawa. He's built. Oh, he's getting the relics in again from Marugu's base. He forgot about them.
Yeah.
But that's a nice touch.
Yep, he'll snag
There we
those
go.
right now. That'll help.
Beautiful.
It helps a lot. Shixo does not have that to work with. Shixo, less on food, more on wood. 50 on food is fine for halb spam, but I think he's not going to have the gold for more siege. He's lost so much siege here. Just
6
because
trebs.
the Manaspa continue to snipe.
He's queuing up trebs now, which is good. You come in from the side
Yeah.
and snipe that while you're keeping him busy at the front.
I want to see Kamigawa's vision. So Kamigawa could be
Probably see
surprised. Yeah, he'll probably see it, and then he can just run over with Manaspa, but you definitely need at least 4 trebs. 6 is good. I think 6 is like 2 volleys from each treb, and the wonder goes down. Something like that.
You can kind of tell that Chixo, with the production and like the waypoints and stuff, has kind of checked out a little bit,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is natural after like a 4-hour game.
Yeah, you're just, all you do is you send your units to one area, and you patrol forward at this point.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Kamigawa's done as well.
So
But-
he's selling wood, which is good. God, Kamigawa's eco expansion over near Marugu's base is so good.
It's
So
crazy
nice.
that he did that.
Yeah.
He's just had a couple vills building TCs, and it turned into that after 3 hours. And Teutonic Tanks was right, by the way. He was just like, this is, you know, Kamigawa's going to win if we don't do something about it. But from Shixo's point of view, second place isn't a bad situation. So he could have easily ended up 4th or 3rd if he turned earlier.
What happens if he does manage to kill the Wonder here?
I think
Did
Kamigawa...
we get like another 2 hours? Or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I was like, I think Kamigawa then needs to push him. Like, and guys, it is way harder to push against like all these towers and whatnot. It's way harder to push in general than it is to defend in this game. So, yeah, this game goes on way longer. I mean, we might even have one of them resign at that point, but
Yeah.
they've sunk so much time into this. I'm not sure if this is a good fight here for Kamigawa. I know Manaspa, but that's a lot of halbs. And Shixo, his trebs are rolling forward. He's got the siege.
Yeah.
He might
He almost
actually
needs to, like,
be able to take
The
it.
Wonders go down quick. The Wonders go down real quick, especially when you have siege engineers.
Yeah.
The extra damage, really, really fast. But the Manaspa are going to be sniping the trebs one by one. What he almost needs to do is send a bunch of trebs all the way around through like Hope space.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
a
yeah.
few halberdiers to protect them, and then sneak in from the side.
It's super
there.
tricky, though, because he is allied. Kamigawa was allied with Hope.
Yeah.
So there is a gap that he can't see, but most of it he can see.
He's got 2 more trebs behind these 2 that
Yeah.
are forward.
Kamigawa's going to try and
number.
snipe those. Like, Kamigawa's going to try and loop in and snipe. He's massed SO.
All he needs to do is kill the trebs.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. 70
the
years.
king.
And yeah, he baits these halbs into SO shots. Now thinking about it. But Shixo realizes what's happening here. This is a nice fight from Shixo. I have a lot of respect for both these two. For the fight they
This
put
is the
up.
last chance push for Shixo. If he loses these trebs, he's done.
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, I'm just not seeing the support. The halbs have been whittled down. Backs away with the trebs. More Manaspa swoop in because Kamigawa's just the freaking worst.
What time are you at, by the way? Let's make sure we're synced up.
I'm at 350-30.
Okay, Sam. All right.
Okay,
good.
so we should be good.
Make
yeah.
sure you're not fast forwarded.
Yeah, I like accidentally rewind these days. It's a real issue, so we're good. I'll just press play so we're not speeding up to live time to where the spec delay is. More trebs coming. He lost those trebs, but he's got more trebs coming. The siege onagers are kind of exposed. 50 years now. Kamigawa 101,000 score. I don't think he can be broken, Dave. I think he's just too good. Even if he has to sacrifice all of his army, he'll get the Trebs. He'll get him.
Jigsaw might try and go for that king instead of the Wonder.
Dude, that would be nuts. Can you imagine? Like, if you've got the Trebs on the side hitting the Wonder, and then you also swoop in and somehow get the king, that would be crazy. Wow, nice attack round.
What you gotta do is you gotta position yourself for a big push, and then you type in the chat something that Kamigawa feels like he needs to respond to. Like, oh, it's been a great game, bro.
Great game, bro.
You hit that king, yeah.
Yeah. Those hand cannons are really useful because it's primarily Halbs right now for Shikso. But he's still got the spam going, Dave. He's still kind of moving forward. Gold situation for Kamigawa. Better because he's got the relics, but it's nothing crazy. He does have 90 on food, though. That's ridiculous. And he snipes a bombard cannon. I mean, he's a siege sniper at this point. 29 years. So I see someone asking, because of the rules with the Wonder, will Teutonic tanks be second? Because, as Shikso says, good job you're doing. Will Teutonic tanks be second based on score if Kamigawa wins with the Wonder here? I've actually never thought of this scenario, but we go based on the players who would be alive in the game at that time. So
still alive, yeah.
Yeah, so tanks was killed.
Can't be second if you're dead.
Yeah, exactly. So tanks wouldn't somehow get second.
Shikso would be dead. Yes, he can. Here we go.
It's gonna happen.
17 years. He's got to go for the king, I think.
Yeah, but dude, there's towers. I don't know. Maybe you just see him click everything onto the Wonder now. I mean, if he had 20 more years, he can see one tower with a flag on it. One tower with a flag on it. That's it. Now, if the waypoint is set to a different tower, you're cooked. Yeah, it's not gonna work. We're at 7 years now. I mean, he made more progress than I expected, considering that Kamigawa has all the relics and the 90 on food.
4.
But Shikso
3.
dropping the GG.
2. 1.
Kamigawa apologizes. The GGs are called, and finally it ends. A slog and a half. I mean, the final 3. I'm pretty sure this was 3 players for like 3 hours of this game, it felt like.
Oh, we can find out. We can see exactly when Marugu more, dude. Like, it ended at 150, so 2 hours basically.
Of 3 players.
Yeah.
What in the world? Crazy stuff.
And Yo got what, 18 minutes deep?
18 minutes deep into the game, killed off by Sully, who had his family tailgating and partying in the house cheering for him. Well, I mean, it was so long that we almost forgot about that, but that's how it started. Yo, who was actually doing such a great job with his diplomacy, forgot about his king. Sully spotted it. Sully had to kill it. Sully killed it. Sully was then not trusted. Remember, Shikso was the one who originally tried to kill Sully.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't him who got the snipe. It was Kamigawa who got the snipe. And then
he tried to get Marugu. He didn't get that one. And then he tried to get tanks.
Shikso missed out on 3 snipes, but he gets second place. And so salutes out to Shikso. He got second place here. That was a grind. But we will see Kamigawa in the final. Kamigawa 2 king snipes. Crazy solid play the whole way through. He had to reboom at various points. He was the best player in the game, 100%. There's a chance we'll see tanks in the king snipe game. That'll go to review after the day. But yeah, I mean, you could tell which 3 players were alive in this one. Over 500,000 res collected for Shikso and Kamigawa, and then tanks was pretty close. Will tanks regret like maybe not keeping Marugu around a little bit longer? Like maybe if he had support, they could have pushed them. I don't know. Honestly, with how that went, Dave, if he actually teamed with Marugu, this game might have gone to 8 hours. They would
maybe.
Both had trade. It would have never ended.
This game would have been wood chopping with onager type of vibe to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that was something, man. That was really confusing at parts. I think is a generous way.
Yeah.
To describe what the diplomacy was like. But Kamigawa, I think we knew he was in the favorite position for like 3 hours, and he stayed there. Honestly.
Yeah, he absolutely did. And his position was good enough. Here's the thing. You could be a good player. It could be predictable that you're going to be in the best position. But if you're then also in the position where your allies are going to be screwed over if they turn against you, that's the ideal. And that's what happened. That's why Shikso and Kamigawa couldn't turn. Because if they did, tanks would have potentially won the game. So, great game. Now, obviously, we're going to need a break. We'll set up the second game and all that good stuff. Dave, if you want to head over to the T90 memes channel in my Discord, this has been a thing. Everyone is just dropping in memes. I'm going to look through some of these for just a second. And I want to go back to the start. I'm very curious how things go with some of these memes.
Okay, the Manaspa one, maybe from Snippy.
Dude, there's so many right now.
There are so many.
There's so many. I don't even know what to focus on.
Shikso versus Marugu. It's the same plan that we used last time. And the 17 times before that.
That's so accurate, dude. You could throw Kamigawa in there as well. And it's funny. I mean, I saw people being a little bit critical of people continuing to do that plan, but I think it was still the best attempt. I think if they tried
Marugu cookies.
Oh, dude, the Marugu cookies. Let's go. He said he was going to cook today.
Crumble. Hey, humble.
Oh, that's the best one. I don't even need to see the other ones.
They're very soft, moist cookies, you know. They're not crumbly.
I forgot, dude. Don't crumble, stay humble. I also love how they found like the blurriest photo of Marugu ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.